Chapter 788. Driving the car, Lin Xian and Dragony made a perfect return trip. Killing Liao Zhibong wasn't a big deal. Firstly, he wanted to kill him first. Secondly, it didn't seem like anyone knew he killed Liao Zhibong. As long as the Liao family didn't know, then so what? Would the Gongsun family tell them? They were the ones who attacked Lin Xian. Lin Xian then sent a message to Lu Yufan and Yi. The two girls also let out a sigh of relief. Dragony, you blew up the building just now. Was that your strongest attack? Lin Xian asked in confusion as he drove. Dragony sat on the dashboard and shook her little feet. Blinking her big eyes, she said, "No, I don't think so." Lin Xian sucked in a deep breath. Dragony's attack just now was definitely at the domain realm. Because Lin Xian just killed him, he also rose to 5 stars of the law realm. Lin Xian felt that although his Earth-class Thunder attribute martial skill had terrifying destructive power, it was definitely not enough to blow up a 10-meter-tall building and create a 10-meter-wide crater. And that wasn't Dragony's full strength. Could it be? Sky Sovereign Realm. How terrifying. Bringing this little girl with him, he was very strong. Are you hungry, Min? Dragony licked her lips. Dragons like her had a big appetite. Coming out with Lin Xian after eating half, she definitely wanted more. I'll let you eat to your heart's content when we get back. Thank you, Big Brother. Big Brother is the best. Dragony then flew to Lin Xian's side and gave him a peck on the cheek. On the other side, Gongsun Jun saw that it was about time, so he called Liao Zhibong to ask about the situation. However, he got the message that the number he dialed could not be reached. At first he didn't think it was anything. Maybe it wasn't over yet. It was normal for his phone to be turned off. But when he called again the next day, it was still the same message. His heart was in a mess. That was impossible. It's impossible that it's not over yet. Then why wasn't the phone turned on? Didn't she say that she would inform him as soon as she succeeded? Why wasn't it here yet? Then, he called the few people he had secretly sent to the Azura Palace to help, but none of them responded. Gongsun Jun roughly understood the situation. He must have failed. Trash. What AF * king piece of trash? Gongsun Jun gritted his teeth. What trash? At this moment, the door of the ward was pushed open, and his father, Gongsun Hao, walked in. No, it's nothing. I'm just saying that I'm really a piece of trash. I can't even beat that trash Lin Xian, Gongsun Jun hurriedly said. His father had clearly told him not to act rashly, so he had to hide it. Don't worry, Gongsun Hao said coldly. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and I have already figured out what to do. Gongsun Jun's eyes lit up. Gongsun Hao said, even if we can't kill Lin Xian, we will definitely make him have a bad year. New Year's Eve will definitely be the time when their vigilance is at its lowest. At that time I will send someone to send them a big gift. If he wanted to kill Lin Xian, he might need to think about it at length, but he could discuss them. What big gift? Gongsun Hao sat down and said, I have already asked someone to take a bomb instilled with the power of a celestial realm powerhouse. It is different from ordinary bombs. This bomb is all compressed fire attribute power. Once it detonates, its power is something that even a domain realm powerhouse can't block. When the time comes, we will throw it into their house. Sure enough, what kind of son would have what kind of father? This Gongsun Hao was also a sinister one. Brilliant. Father is really brilliant. When the time comes, this bomb will detonate in Lin Xian's house. Even if he is lucky enough to escape, he won't be able to celebrate this year. Moreover, they don't know that we did it. At most, they will suspect us. You take care of yourself. Leave this matter to me. On the other side, Lin Xian had already arrived at Yi's house. Yi and Lu Yufan didn't tell their parents about this matter. Although they returned home much later, their parents didn't expect that their daughter would encounter such a thing. If they told them, it would make them worry. Therefore, these two girls were still very sensible. After the visit, Lin Xian returned home because he was going to go shopping with Linya in the afternoon. Linya had already changed into a particularly beautiful white coat and black boots. Coupled with that perfect figure and appearance, heavens! When she walked out, she really was the kind of beautiful young lady you saw in the video. Let's go. I will take you to buy some new clothes today. How long has it been since you bought clothes? Out of habit, Linya hooked her arm around Lin Xian's arm. Really, it would be so cool to bring a girl like her out. I don't like clothes. It's fine as long as I have something to wear, Lin Xian said with a smile. In fact, Lin Xian didn't know how long it had been since he bought clothes. He wore all the clothes he used to wear. Then Linya went out to buy clothes for Lin Xian. Lin Xian just wore them. Tomorrow is the new year. I definitely have to wear new clothes. You still have to buy clothes. We don't lack money, Lin Xian said with a smile. Linya nodded slightly. Yes, how could a company with a daily sales of hundreds of millions be short of money? I'm here. Murong Qing greeted from behind and walked over. Lin Xian glanced at her. This woman was too beautiful. Really, everyone around him was beautiful. He had thought it through. TSK. Murong Qing walked over and saw Linya holding Lin Xian's arm. Then she looked at them with a strange gaze. What are you looking at? Are you jealous? Lin Xian said with a smile. Hey, how much advantage do you think you have? Your sister is so beautiful. Who knows how many admirers she has? If someone who doesn't know about your relationship sees you like this, won't they cry to death? Murong Qing said with a smile. Then I want them to cry louder. I'll leave this arm to you. Do you want it? Lin Xian smiled and extended his left hand. TCH, you want to take advantage of me? Dream on. Murong Qing rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Let's go shopping. Lin Xian originally wanted to ask Ling Longshui and the others to go shopping. But after thinking about it carefully, he felt that it wasn't too good. There would be too many girls. Wouldn't Lin Xian be killed by their eyes? Most importantly, Lin Xian's main goal today is to get along with Linya. Bringing along Murong Qing as a third wheel is enough. Dragony is sleeping soundly in Lin Xian's arms. The three of them ate and drank along the way. Then they went directly to the shopping mall to buy clothes. Welcome. The sales lady saw Linya and Murong Qing. Even if she didn't recognize them, she could tell from their looks and temperament that they definitely had the capital to come here to buy luxury goods. It was just that the man next to them looked a little ordinary. Take all of these. The voice of a person inside made Lin Xian frown. This voice was familiar. The new book has been released. Once the contract is signed, I'll tell everyone. It's a new author's account. When the time comes, I hope everyone will continue to support me. Thank you, dear. Chapter 789. Although he hadn't heard this voice for a long time, Lin Xian was extremely sensitive to it because he was still thinking about this person last night. Zhao Mengyue. After disappearing for a long time, she really appeared here. Zhao Mengyue was wearing expensive branded clothes and chewing gum. Then, as if she felt someone's gaze, she turned her head and happened to meet Lin Xian's eyes. At first, she was also quite surprised, but she didn't panic. Linya also couldn't recognize her because she had undergone plastic surgery too many times. In fact, she looked a little different from the photo she gave Lin Xian at that time. In addition, Linya had never seen her before, so she definitely couldn't recognize her. Under such circumstances, Lin Xian couldn't kill her, because that would violate the rules of the trial union. If they had a grudge, it was their business. You could settle it in the demonic beast domain or secretly, but you absolutely couldn't do it in front of the public. The corners of Zhao Mengyue's mouth curled up and then she said, "I'm not buying anymore." After saying that, she walked out. "Little fairy, you guys look at the clothes first. I'm going out to buy a bottle of water." After saying that, Lin Xian followed her. Linya and Murong Qing were both stunned. Was there a need to be in such a hurry to buy a bottle of water? Forget it, let's look first. On the other side, Lin Xian chased Zhao Mengyue to the outside of Suning Plaza, where she stopped and waited for him. "What are you doing here?" Lin Xian's eyes flashed with killing intent as he looked at her. She came early or late, but she just had to appear in Lin and City at this time. This feeling was very strange. Shopping. Did someone say that this is your territory? Why can't I appear in a place like this? Zhao Mengyue laughed and turned to look at Lin Xian. Don't think that I won't dare to do anything to you here. What surprised Lin Xian was that his eye of spiritual insight actually discovered that Zhao Mengyue's realm was 8 stars of the law realm. He was a 5-star law realm expert. If she was often in the demonic beast domain, she might have reached the domain realm by now. However, Zhao Mengyue had advanced to the 8th star of the law realm after not appearing for some time. This was the most terrifying thing. Lin Xian naturally still felt that he could beat her, but for a vain woman to suddenly strengthen herself, it was either love or hate. Now that she had appeared in Lin and City, Lin Xian felt extremely uneasy. To put it simply, the uneasiness this woman brought to Lin Xian was on par with the evil fiend temple. Although the two weren't on the same level, sometimes a person could be very crazy. In Lin Xian's eyes, Zhao Mengyue was this kind of person who could be crazy, lose her mind and lose her mind. But you really might not be able to beat me, Zhao Mengyue said with a smile. Lin Xian really wanted to take action. He really wanted to get rid of this hidden danger. But you're right. This time I'm really here to look for you, but not for revenge for the time being. Lin Xian frowned. Let me tell you a piece of good news. I've joined the evil fiend temple now. This didn't surprise Lin Xian too much. With her character, joining the evil fiend temple was only a matter of time because she also needed a backer. Aren't you afraid that I'll expose you? But you don't have any evidence. Zhao Mengyue laughed. Compared to before, Lin Xian really felt that she was much more mature, or rather, she was much more scheming. He clearly wanted to kill her, but he couldn't. Lin Xian didn't have the confidence to kill her in one blow. Since she dared to appear here and confront Lin Xian, she must have the confidence. She also knew that she had the spatial attribute. However, Lin Xian felt that it was a good thing that Zhao Mengyue had joined the evil fiend temple. Before joining, he needed to deal with the evil fiend temple and Zhao Mengyue. After joining, he only needed to deal with the evil fiend temple. Now that she had joined the evil fiend temple, she would definitely be bound to the evil fiend temple when it came to fighting. However, it was also possible that she would have more power and confidence. It's like this. I came here to invite you to join the evil fiend temple. Zhao Mengyue then laughed and said. Lin Xian frowned. You should know what the result will be. Lin Xian said coldly. I'll think about it. Zhao Mengyue said with a smile. Lin Xian then turned around and left. With his back facing her, he said, You'd better behave yourself, or else you'll definitely die. Zhao Mengyue laughed and looked at Lin Xian's back. Then let's see who can kill who first, hee. Zhao Mengyue's appearance was bad news for Lin Xian, but it wasn't necessarily bad news. It wasn't necessarily bad news because of her appearance. Between appearing and hiding in the dark, the latter was always more terrifying. However, she actually invited him to join the evil fiend temple. Presumably, it wasn't her idea, but the evil fiend temple's idea. However, the evil fiend temple's plan was really good. They even wanted to pull him into the evil fiend temple. If they succeeded in pulling him into the evil fiend temple, what benefits would they get? The Yexian Group's assets would belong to the evil fiend temple, and at the same time, they might get some of his things. Did that mean the evil fiend temple might not make a move against him in a short period of time? Lin Xian wasn't sure. Then Lin Xian returned to Suning Plaza. Lin Ya and Murong Qing were choosing clothes for themselves. They were beautiful, and it was really a blessing to see them choose clothes. As a luxury store, there weren't many customers in the sweet shop. Most of them came to take a look and then left. However, when the staff saw beauties like Lin Ya and Murong Qing, they knew that they definitely had the ability to buy the things here. Lin Ya was quite famous, but she was very low-key. In fact, many people still didn't know her. Because these two elegant beauties walked in, the number of customers in the sweet shop directly skyrocketed. They didn't come to buy things but to see the beauties. It was enough to show that beauties were really invincible. Otherwise, there wouldn't be such a phrase as femme fatale in ancient times, and there wouldn't be such a thing as a beauty being able to harm a country, because she completely confused the emperor. So beautiful! After Lin Xian went in and saw Lin Ye and Murongqing changing clothes, he couldn't help but praise. Lin Ye's pretty face was slightly flushed, but she was really happy to be praised by Lin Xian. Look at the clothes yourself. There are many men's clothes here, Lin Ye said to Lin Xian. Many people around showed a surprised expression. These two beauties actually came with a man. They might have heard of the names Lin Xian and Lin Ye, but they might not recognize them. You guys help me choose. B. Lin Ye then took Lin Xian to choose clothes together. Little May, choose whatever you want here. A man walked in with a beautiful woman in his arms. Lin Xian looked back and couldn't help but laugh. Oh, isn't this young Master Wang? Lin Xian said in a mocking tone. Chapter 790. When Wang Haiyang heard this voice, he trembled and subconsciously moved his hand away. This is really King uncomfortable. How did I meet Lin Xian? So it's young Master Lin. Wang Haiyang smiled bitterly. Oh, you found a girlfriend. Aren't you going to chase Han Chuxue? Lin Xian asked with a smile. No. I'm not going to chase her, I'm not going to chase her. Wang Haiyang said bitterly. Lin Xian had already seen him hugging another girl. How could he have the nerve to continue chasing Han Chuxue? Without perseverance, you won't be able to chase that kind of goddess-level girl. Lin Xian sighed and said. However, it was good to meet him like this. Wang Haiyang was no longer of any use to him, so he could stop bothering Han Chuxue. Hee. Wang Haiyang smiled. Hubby, who is he? The beauty snuggled in Wang Haiyang's arms and said intimately. However, there was a hint of disdain in her eyes because she felt that her boyfriend Wang Haiyang was already very outstanding. Who could be more outstanding than him in the entire Lin and city? He's Lin Xian, young Master Lin. Thump. The girl's heart suddenly skipped a beat. So he's Lin Xian, the person who might be more outstanding than Wang Haiyang. She didn't dare to show any disdain in her eyes. So it's young Master Lin. Nice to meet you. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. Hey, do you still want to buy? After buying, we still have to go shopping. Don't waste time. Murongqing and Lin Ye walked over, and Murongqing said to Lin Xian. Buy. Lin Xian nodded and said to Wang Haiyang. Well, I'll accompany them to buy clothes. You guys go shopping by yourselves. Wang Haiyang opened his mouth wide. What the hell? What the *CK is this? Why are there so many beautiful girls around Lin Xian? You said that beautiful girls could be found everywhere. However, Lin Xian's girls were all beyond the level of beautiful girls. Really, he was willing to suffer for a year for such beautiful girls. This Lin Xian was really something. He was really impressed, but why couldn't he meet these beauties? No, he had also met them. Ling Ying, Han Chuxue, Xiao Xina. But he couldn't catch up. But that might not be the case. I heard that Xiao Xinyue and Gong Sunjun had a falling out, and Gong Sunjun was injured. Does that mean that he might be chasing after Xiao Xinyue now? When Wang Haiyang's girlfriend saw Lin Ye and Murongqing, she immediately felt uncomfortable. It was the kind of girl who thought she was a beauty but suddenly saw a girl who made her feel inferior, whether it was her temperament or appearance. Hubby, let's go somewhere else to buy it. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Wang Haiyang didn't want to stay here and suffer Lin Xian's anger, so they left resentfully. After shopping for an entire afternoon, Lin Xian was in a great mood. After all, he was bored and not as tired as before. Another night passed by just like that. The next day it was New Year's Eve. Lin Xian climbed out of bed early and changed into a new set of clothes. Lin Ye woke up even earlier than him. She and Murongqing were at home preparing the ingredients for New Year's Eve dinner. Little fairy, I'm going to play with Xiao Linglong and the others today. Are you going home for lunch? Yes, I'm going to tell them to come over tonight for New Year's. Okay, go ahead, Linya said. Lin Xian then pulled Dragony out of his arms. You can stay at home with your sister. You can cook and eat delicious food at the same time. Oh, okay. Dragony nods her little head, then flew over to Linya and burrowed into her arms. Lin Xian. Wow, so envious. After that, Lin Xian went to Linglong Shue's house. Linglong Shue was also very nervous today. She also liked Linya very much, especially since she was Lin Xian's sister. Although she was older than Linya, she was still Lin Xian's woman and Linya was Lin Xian's sister. That meant Linya was her elder. Luckily, her belly didn't bulge yet. Time slowly passed and the sky slowly darkened. It was winter after all. The sky was already slightly dark at 4 p.m. and it was really dark at 5 p.m. Lin Xian was lying on the sofa with Dragony in his arms while watching TV. Linya and Murongqing were busy the whole day at home. The table was very big, from cold dishes to main dishes to soup. There were more than 20 dishes. Even a restaurant wouldn't have that many dishes. Everything was made by Linya and Murongqing. The whole house was decorated with red Fu characters, small lanterns and red couplets. It was very warm and beautiful. The firecrackers outside didn't stop, but this was the atmosphere that New Year's should have. Hey, your sister and I were busy from morning to night, and you're just here to eat and drink with Dragony. Murongqing walked over with her hands on her waist and rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Damn! Didn't I put up the couplets? Hey, lazy man. Let's see if you can say something like that in bed if you have the guts. Lin Xian said fiercely. Dragony blinked her big, innocent eyes. Is Big Brother going to hit her sister again? She thought doubtfully. You're becoming more and more of a hooligan. You even dare to say something like that in front of your sister. Murongqing was also helpless. When she was alone with Lin Xian, she could still tease Lin Xian. But with someone else around she couldn't do it. Linya cut the beef and put it on the table. The TV was also turned on. This year the price of pork has increased a lot. A lot of people are thinking that it's better to eat beef and mutton. Linya said. In the past, her life was very restrained. Every day, she was very careful with her spending. Even when she had money, she didn't spend it extravagantly. Even now, she was very sensitive to the price of food. It's like this, I have a family member who owns a pig farm. Although the price of pork has increased a lot, he became rich immediately. Murongqing said. I think you can also raise pigs. Lin Xian laughed. Go, 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 I'll sell you. Alright, how long until your friend comes? Murongqing asked. Murongqing knew that they were all experts. She had also asked Lin Xian several times about where he met such experts. Their relationship was so good, but Lin Xian did not tell her. However, to be able to meet such experts, especially those with a space attribute, was also a kind of fate and luck. Women are creatures that love to dawdle. They told me half an hour ago that they would be here soon. I just asked and they are still at home. Do you think there's something wrong with you women? Lin Xian said helplessly. Dragony doesn't. Dragony whispered in a low voice. Yes, 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 you are the best. Lin Xian pinched her pink cheeks. Then if you have the guts, you can live with a man in the future. Murongqing said with a charming smile. That won't do, I will live with you. Hooligan. I'll go make the last soup, I boiled it for 2 hours. Murongqing then went into the kitchen. Chapter 791. Linglong Shui and the others weren't the type to dawdle. But, today was an important day. Only Linglong Shui was dawdling. What was she dawdling about? Change clothes. She had been hiding in her room for half an hour, changing her clothes. In front of Lin Xian, she really didn't care. But tonight she was going to see Linya. She knew that today was the most important day of the year. She heard that on this day, Couples who were in love would sometimes bring their partners home to meet their parents. She wondered if she was meeting their parents. Then she wanted to be in her best state. She was already beautiful enough. She was beautiful even in normal clothes. But today she wasn't satisfied. She couldn't say that she wasn't satisfied. She just felt that it could be better. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Ling Longyu was wearing a white and yellow dress with white stockings. She was really beautiful and cute. She was absolutely charming like the loli in the video. Normally it would be cold to dress like this. But what realm was she in? It would be fake if she was afraid of the cold. She had been sitting on the sofa doing nothing for a long time. Ling Longshui didn't just spend half an hour changing clothes. Then she went crazy. She was so beautiful. Why did she have to keep changing clothes? Was there a need? Bing Lingyue was wearing a beautiful light blue dress. To be honest, her dressing was very grand. It was as if she was going to attend a high-end party. In fact, it could be seen that she cared a lot. Bing Lingyue smiled and said, "After all, Ling Long and Lin Xian are partners now. This is the most important day for people. And it's at Lin Xian's house. Lin Xian's sister is also there. It's normal for Ling Long to care." You're dawdling. When you get together with a boy you like, you have to visit his house. You'll be like this too. Bing Lingyue smiled and said, I won't." Ling Longyu wrinkled her nose cutely. Then Ling Longshui finally walked out of the room. To be honest, Lin Xian definitely wanted to push her down and hit her. It was said that clothes made the man, just like horses made the saddle. No matter how beautiful a beauty was, even if she wore ordinary clothes, her beauty could not be hidden. However, if you wore more beautiful clothes, it would make you shine. She was wearing a pure white pleated dress and a necklace. It was the first time she wore earrings. It was indescribable. It was really obvious how much effort she put in. "Can I?" Ling Longshui walked out and asked. "Can?" Bing Lingyue smiled and said, "Alright, that's it then." Ling Longshui then put on a pair of black boots. She was simply too mesmerizing. "Ling Long, it's done." Ling Longshui to her. Shwezizizis. What? Shwez tututiz. Lingyue thought. Yuet, s. But what should we give them? Lin Xian and Lin Xian's sister, Linya, will definitely need something too. Ling Longyue waved her hand and the treasures in her storage ring appeared. All kinds of treasures. Ling Longyue was about to cry. Would it take another half an hour to choose? Or you should choose something for them too. Okay. Ling Longyue's face fell. She just wanted to have a big meal. Was it that hard? On the other side, the food was ready. Linya opened a bottle of red wine. Tonight was definitely going to be a wild night. She didn't have to go to work and it was Chinese New Year. She wasn't afraid of getting drunk. Anyway, Lin Xian was the only man in the house. If she got drunk, she wouldn't be afraid of Lin Xian. It seemed like she was really afraid. Damn. Why isn't Xiao Linglong here yet? Lin Xian didn't know how many snacks he had eaten. He looked at the time. 1.5 hours had passed since she said she would be here soon. Although the food wasn't urgent because even if they were here, it would start at 7 o'clock and the party would start. But it was too slow. Lin Xian took out his phone and saw that Ling Longyue had sent him a message 10 minutes ago. Save me. Crying emoji, Lin Xian. If it was really to save someone's life, Lin Xian would be worried. But she added an emoji and Lin Xian knew it wasn't dangerous. You're in danger and you still have time to send a crying emoji. What's going on? She's not here yet. Lin Xian replied. Coming soon, I beg you. Please cure that woman Ling Longshui. Ling Longyue helplessly sent a message to Lin Xian. Lin Xian. What's wrong with this Ling Longshui? That's right. She and Bing Lingyue really took more than half an hour to choose the gifts. The sky outside was already dark. About a minute later there was a knock on the door. Coming. Lin Xian rushed to the door faster than Linya. When the door opened, Lin Xian was stunned. This. Welcome, come in. It's cold outside. Lin Ya and Murongqing also came over. They were also stunned. No. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. First he was stunned. She was already beautiful and today was even more beautiful. But, are you guys going to participate in the New Year's gala? Lin Xian said with a smile. Huh. Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian in confusion. Why are you guys dressed so formally? Although we have to wear new clothes for the new year, you guys are dressed like you're going to sing on the New Year's gala. Who can resist that? Lin Xian said with a smile. Isn't today a very formal day? Ling Long Shui felt a little wronged. She put so much effort into dressing up, but Lin Xian didn't seem to be very satisfied. It is very formal, but how should I say it? I don't really need it. Oh! Then they walked in. Linya was also very surprised. Although she knew them, they were too beautiful. I brought some gifts for you guys. Ling Long Shui said. Linya said with a smile. It's the new year. You guys are really happy to come. There's no need. Before Linya could finish, Lin Xian directly snatched the gifts. Yes, yes, please sit. Then, Lin Xian threw his thoughts to the side to see what gifts Ling Long Shui had brought for them. Linya, Murongqing. This guy is too useless, isn't he? Linya was also helpless. Xiao Linglong, what are these things? Lin Xian asked in confusion. Ling Long Shui sat on the sofa and then stretched out her hand. Lin Xian's exquisite bag appeared in her hand. This simple move surprised Linya. So amazing. She had only seen this on TV. Murongqing was also very surprised. She felt that Ling Long Shui had become much more powerful. New book. 3,000 years after the extinction of mankind. Everyone supports it. Sub. Remember to vote after reading it every day. Vote for the new book. Chapter 792. Ling Long Shui had spent a long time picking out these gifts. She didn't know what she liked, so she just thought of what was most suitable for them. Then, Ling Long Shui took out a pretty bracelet and handed it to Linya. It was already very satisfying to invite them over for the new year. They didn't need any gifts, but Lin Xian snatched it away. Linya couldn't do anything about it. Ling Long Shui didn't understand. She thought that guests should bring gifts, but it wasn't a big deal. We're all family. Little fairy, don't be so polite. Take it. Lin Xian smiled at Linya. Ling Long Shui and Linya heard different meanings. Linya felt that Lin Xian wanted to express that they were very close, but Ling Long Shui knew that they were really family. Linya took it. Ling Long Shui then said to Linya, "This bracelet contains powerful spatial energy. It's similar to the spatial pearl. Release your spiritual energy into the bracelet and you can perform multiple short-distance spatial jumps. It's pretty and very practical." Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Ling Long Shui knew that Lin Xian was always worried about Linya's safety, so she specially prepared this bracelet. She believed that nothing would be more helpful to her than this bracelet. "Thank you, Ling Long. I like it very much." Linya looked at the bracelet and smiled. Ling Long Shui was quite happy to hear Linya's affirmation. Xiao Linglong, how many times can I use it?" Lin Xian asked. "The energy stored in it is enough to use dozens of times. Each time I can perform a 30-kilometer spatial jump." Lin Xian, F***CK. Was 30 kilometers a short distance in her eyes? Even if Lin Xian broke his leg, would he be able to run 10 kilometers? And dozens of times. Lin Xian was no longer worried about Linya's safety. "Doesn't this mean that you, little fairy, already possess the space attribute? However, it can only perform spatial jumps." This was very impressive. Linya was also pleasantly surprised. Murongqing, who was beside her, secretly praised. If this bracelet were to be auctioned, it would probably achieve the highest price in history. "What about me, what about me?" Lin Xian looked at Ling Long Shui expectantly. He had to get a gift for Linya. "Ling Yu gave it to you. Then Ling Longshui took out a bead from her bag and threw it to Lin Xian. Lin Xian reached out and caught it. Instantly, he felt a bone-piercing coldness. His hand was immediately frozen. This is an ice spirit bead. If you carry it with you, it can greatly increase the power of the ice attribute you release. Conservatively speaking, it can increase the power of the ice attribute by around 100%. Lin Xian. Although he didn't use the ice attribute often, his ice attribute was exposed at St. Brilliant's Academy. His 3 attributes were also exposed. However, no one knew that he also had the water, fire, and poison attributes. Therefore, Lin Xian would also use the ice attribute frequently in the future. However, he would need to chase after Bing Lingyue to make his ice attribute powerful. And now, there was a bead that could increase the power of the ice attribute by 100%. In other words, the power of the ice attribute martial skills he released would also increase by 100%. Earth-grade martial skills were already very powerful, so this increase was really exaggerated. Lin Xian had never seen anything that could increase power by 100%. Murong Qing's little mouth opened slightly. Who were these people? She only knew that Ling Longshui wasn't from the human race. However, the things they took out were terrifying. Even someone of her level had never heard of such things. If they didn't take it out, Murong Qing would even think that it was a scam. But, you see, it's already difficult for me to carry it. This bead is too cold. If I carry it with me, won't my muscles be frozen? Lin Xian said with grievance. It's okay. Find a time to refine it with your ice attribute. Let the ice spirit bead adapt to your ice attribute. Then, it won't release ice attribute energy to attack you when you carry it with you. Bing Lingyue said. Got it. Everyone. How shameless. How dare he tease someone in front of so many people. Then, Lin Xian temporarily put the ice spirit bead aside and looked at Ling Longyue. Hey, where's your gift? Here, here, here. Ling Longyue pouted and threw something to Lin Xian. Lin Xian took it and looked at it. Candy. Are you kidding me? Lin Xian rolled his eyes. This is a blessing for you. Can't your life be as sweet as this candy every day? Ling Longyue said reasonably. Lin Xian didn't seem to be able to refute. It was the thought that mattered more than the gift. This girl was really. But it didn't matter. Lin Xian was just joking. Ling Longshui was also helpless. She let her choose a gift, and this girl took out her candy and said she wanted to give it to him. As for Murong Qing, she was just a guest here. So Ling Longshui and the rest didn't need to prepare a gift for Murong Qing. Okay, everyone sit down and prepare to eat. The New Year couplet ceremony is about to start. Lin Ye said happily. It was rare to see such a happy and satisfied smile on her face. This was the only time other than the time when they were at the orphanage. It wasn't just her and Lin Xian, but it was also very lively. They were all beautiful and outstanding girls. I'm starving. I heard that there's going to be a big meal tonight. I haven't eaten for the whole day. Ling Longyue hugged Dragoni and giggled. I don't believe that a foodie like you hasn't eaten for the whole day. Lin Xian retorted. Why do you care? Ling Longyue rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Then they chatted and laughed as they surrounded the big table. They could also watch the New Year couplet ceremony. Come, let's raise our glasses, Lin Ye said, and then everyone raised the red wine glasses in their hands. I suggest that we drink to our heart's content tonight. That means we're all drunk. Also, we're not allowed to use spiritual energy to get rid of the drunkenness. Otherwise it'll be boring. It's the new year, so let's be presumptuous. Lin Xian laughed. I think you want to get us drunk and then do something to us as a man. Murong Qing said with a smile. That's right, you're so bad. Ling Longyue nodded. Brother is not bad. Dragony had always been on Lin Xian's side. Ha ha ha. Seeing this scene, they all laughed. This is the first year that Xiao Xian and I are together during the new year. You are all good friends of Xiao Xian. I'm very happy that you can come. If there's a chance in the future, I hope that we can get together happily every year. Linya raised her glass and sighed. Chapter 793. Everyone happily clinked their glasses and downed the red wine in one gulp. Linya glanced at the super noble and beautiful girls in front of her and sighed. She had no idea where Lin Xian found such beautiful girls. What's wrong? You don't like drinking? Linya suddenly realized that Ling Long Shue's wine glass hadn't been touched. She had just taken a tiny sip and it was still imprinted on her rosy lips. She really wanted to take a sip. Ling Long Shui was actually in a dilemma. She had only done some research after she became pregnant. Then, she learned that she couldn't drink while pregnant or it wouldn't be good for the child. Therefore she struggled. Lin Xian seemed to understand her thoughts and said, "Don't worry. Why don't you take a look at your strength?" If it were an ordinary person they would have to take note. However, Ling Long Shui was at the heavenly Tao realm. How could drinking alcohol be a problem for the child? It was impossible. People who reached the mystic heaven realm basically wouldn't have problems like catching a cold or having a fever. However, Lin Xian really wanted to laugh. This girl was too nervous. Unless her stomach was severely injured, how could a heavenly venerable break through her defenses if she stood there and allowed them to hit her? Even if she didn't defend, a heavenly Tao realm's physique wasn't something a heavenly venerable could break through. To put it simply, if Ling Long Shui stood there without releasing any strength, Murong Qing could release her full strength and punch her in the stomach. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt at all. The strength of her physique was too terrifying. Ling Long Shui nodded. She was indeed too nervous. Then she downed the red wine in one gulp. "What's her strength?" Linya asked curiously. Indeed, she felt that she was very powerful. "In any case, she's stronger than you, little fairy," Lin Xian said with a smile. There was actually no need to hide her strength from them. However, the heavenly Tao realm was too exaggerated. Lin Xian couldn't be bothered to explain, so he left it at that for now. Linya took a bite of the beef and muttered, "Are you laughing at me?" Course she was just joking. No, how is that possible?" Lin Xian said with a smile. "Linya, your talent is also very strong. You should cultivate well." Bing Lingyue looked at Linya and said, "Me? I don't know." Linya shook her head slightly. "Your physique is the dream of all ice attribute martial artists. It's the same as your starting point being twice that of other ice attribute martial artists. In the future, the height you can reach will definitely be the highest among the ice attribute martial artists, so if you can cultivate, it's best to improve your cultivation as soon as possible." Bing Lingyue was an ice elemental master. Of course, she could understand Linya's situation. She was quite envious of her. "It doesn't matter. It's fine as long as little Xian can become stronger. I'll slowly improve myself." Linya was very satisfied with her current life. Lin Xian said, "After a while, when I have enough strength, I'll help you improve." Linya nodded slightly. They chatted happily while watching the Spring Festival Gala. There were two girls who were completely focused on the food. They were Lingyue and Dragoni. They were fighting to be the first to eat the delicious food. It was as if someone was competing with them. However, there were more than 20 dishes tonight. If they didn't eat more, they wouldn't be able to finish it. At this time, Bing Lingyue stretched out her hand and a secret manual appeared in her palm. She passed it to Linya. Linya looked at Lin Xian. Seeing Lin Xian nod, she put down her chopsticks and took the manual. "This is my cultivation method, the 9 heavens frost technique. It is divided into 9 heavens. Each day is a world. It includes mental cultivation methods, martial arts, special methods to use the cold energy and so on. You can try to cultivate it when you're quiet. With your physique, it will be twice the result with half the effort." Lin Xian opened his mouth. Damn. This was an extremely precious gift. Bing Lingyue's main cultivation method. She was the Empress. Although she had just advanced to the Great Virtual Realm, she had to pay attention to one thing. She was a human. She had relied on her own cultivation to advance. At the same time, her cultivation had been interrupted for 800 years. Otherwise, she would definitely be stronger. The cultivation method she cultivated was obviously powerful. Well, it's not dangerous, right? Lin Xian asked. Normal cultivation is dangerous, but your physique is very strong. Don't worry about it. Lin Ye nodded. Thank you. Bing Lingyue smiled. It's fine. Let's eat. Don't just talk. Look at Dragony. Murong Qing said with a smile. A few people looked at Dragony and Ling Longyue. The two girls paused for a moment, feeling a little embarrassed. Yes, let's eat. The rest of the time was spent eating, chatting, and watching the New Year's gala. Lin Xian, do you know this person? Murong Qing suddenly asked. On the television, a very beautiful girl who didn't look very old walked up the stage. Those who could appear on the New Year's gala were all amazing people. Especially when she went up the stage, the applause and cheers were like thunder. Lin Xian glanced at her. She's very beautiful. Unfortunately, I don't pay attention to celebrities. I don't know her. Lin Xian shook his head. I think I've seen her in a TV series. Sister, do you remember? We've seen her in a few TV series. Ling Longyue suddenly discovered a new continent. Ling Longshui also nodded. When they watched the TV series, they thought she was very beautiful and smart. However, they didn't deliberately follow her. After that, they watched a lot of other TV series and saw her figure in other TV series. But you must have heard her songs. Or more or less, you must have heard her name. What's her name? An Exan. I think I've heard of her before. Seems like E and the others like her. Lin Xian said. She's very popular. I think she's only 18 years old. Then she became a movie queen. Her songs are very popular. Basically, she wrote the lyrics and music herself. She's a talented girl. You still pay attention to this? Lin Xian was a little surprised. Not really. I have a cousin who was betrothed to her when they were young. So I guess I know her. Plus, the An family is one of the 8 great families in Tiandu. Lin Xian. After knowing Murong Qing for a while, Lin Xian only knew that she was in a high position. However, if his cousin was betrothed to the daughter of one of the 8 great families in Tiandu, then he must be from one of the 8 great families. Then her family must be one of them too. But it wasn't surprising. The meal lasted for 2 hours. They talked a lot and became closer. After the meal, they leaned on the sofa and chatted, munching on sunflower seeds and watching the Spring Festival Gala. Why don't we play a game? It's not fun to just watch the Spring Festival Gala. Lin Xian suddenly suggested. Chapter 794. If Ling Ying and Han Chushua were here, their hearts would definitely tremble when they heard Lin Xian playing games. Because when she heard him say that they were going to play games, she knew that this guy definitely did not have any good intentions. He was very evil. Which time did they not end up in bed after playing games? Obviously, everyone fell for Lin Xian's trick because they thought that it would be good to have some fun with so many people, especially tonight's special occasion. Okay, it's boring to just watch the gala, but what game should we play? Murong Qing was very interested. God knows how many years it has been since she had a good game. The others were obviously interested as well. Lin Xian's mouth slightly hooked up. Then he ran into the room and took out a KTV turntable. Truth or dare you want to play? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Ling Longshui and the others were puzzled. What kind of game is truth or dare? Although the literal meaning is very intuitive, it's still a game, so there should be other ways to play it. That's not too good. Lin Ye didn't think it was a big deal for her. But if Lin Xian did something difficult for a girl to do, then it wouldn't be good for them. She was mainly thinking for the others. Don't worry whether it's truth or dare. It won't be too overboard. Lin Xian added. Then it's okay. Murong Qing said. Dragony wants to play too. Dragony flew back and forth in the air around them. Don't play, or I'll bully you to death. Lin Xian said fiercely. Dragony will watch. She was very obedient. Then she obediently flew into Lin Ya's arms and snuggled into Lin Ya's arms. She really likes to snuggle into Lin Ya's arms now. But, what are the rules of the game? Ling Longyue blinked her big eyes. It's very simple, see this turntable. Let's sit around the sofa and let Dragony spin the roulette wheel. The person that the wheel points to will have to choose truth or dare. Truth or dare is what you need to do. But, who's going to tell me the truth or dare? Lin Xian smiled and said, we'll take turns. If the person who came up with a question is the same person, then we'll skip to the next person. But you said that I can't go overboard. Lin Xian said, if the content of truth or dare can't be done, then you can give up. However, the punishment for giving up is to drink 3 glasses of alcohol. Then, Lin Xian pointed at the bottles of red wine on the side. All right. This wasn't much of a problem. Lin Xian smiled inwardly. Lin Xian suddenly said, oh, that's right. You can't use your spiritual power to dissolve the alcohol when you drink. Otherwise, drinking alcohol wouldn't be considered a punishment. Wouldn't that be just drinking water? If they couldn't get drunk, then wouldn't he have no fun? After all, the purpose of this game was to get them drunk. Only then could he do whatever he wanted, right? All right. They didn't suspect anything because Lin Xian's words made sense. If they used their spiritual power to dissolve the alcohol, then how was it different from drinking water? How could it be considered a punishment? Let's begin. The first person to come up with a question will start from the left. Beautiful big sister, let's begin. Lin Xian rubbed his hands and said to Murong Qing. He couldn't wait any longer. Who knew how much of an advantage he would get? Dragony flew out of Lin Ya's arms and landed beside the roulette wheel. She was very happy because she controlled the fate of everyone in the game. Dragony is about to begin. With that said, Dragony's tiny hand began to fiddle with the needle. Everyone, including the heavenly Dao realm Linglong Shui, stared intently at the rapidly spinning needle. Everyone was muttering in their hearts, please don't let it turn to her, please don't. Perhaps the one who wasn't worried the least was Lin Xian because even if it turned to him, it wouldn't matter. He was the only man here. The other girls might be worried about being taken advantage of by Lin Xian, but Lin Xian wasn't worried at all. The needle slowly slowed down. When it was right in front of Linglong Shui, it almost stopped moving. Linglong Shui had experienced too many ups and downs and her mental state had long matured. However, why was she so nervous when playing such a small game? It's over, it's over, it's over. I can't be this unlucky, right? The needle finally stopped spinning and passed by Linglong Shui and stopped in front of Lin Xian. Lin Xian. Wow. My luck can't be this bad, right? No one said anything, but they seemed to have reached a consensus. The girls were on one side while Lin Xian was on the other. Seeing Lin Xian being pointed by the needle, everyone was very happy. Ling Longyue even jumped up and down, clapping her hands. It was a pity that she wasn't the one to set the question for Lin Xian. Otherwise he would die from anger. Dragony, what's wrong with you? Lin Xian pinched her cheeks. Dragony pouted. She also wanted Lin Xian to win, but it was fate. Okay, I'm going to set the question. No, before that you have to choose between dare or truth. Murong Qing's lips curled as she looked at Lin Xian seductively. No matter what Lin Xian chose, she had to make Lin Xian unhappy. Tonight was going to be a carefree night. Decisive truth, Lin Xian said. Everyone looked at Lin Xian and Murong Qing expectantly. Let me think. Murong Qing looked at Lin Xian with evil intentions. Then her eyes lit up. Here it comes. Are you still a virgin? Lin Xian. Wow. So this was Murong Qing. This question was simply too incisive. But this question wasn't a problem for Linglong Shui and the other two. But Murong Qing didn't know either. For Murong Qing and Linya, this was something to look forward to. Oh. Lin Xian replied with a black face. Oh. Murong Qing showed an interested smile. I heard from your sister that you haven't been in love before. Who did you marry? *CK. Just one question, how many do you want to ask? Just you wait. Don't regret it later. Lin Xian said unhappily. He. Murong Qing laughed heartily. Ling Long Shue's face was a little red. Linya was quite surprised. Lin Xian hadn't been in love before, at least she didn't know. But he wasn't that. Who could it be? It must be one of the beautiful girls around Lin Xian. Her intuition was like this. Did that mean that Lin Xian already had a girlfriend? See. This isn't the first time your obedient little brother has done it. Who knows how many girls he has harmed? Murong Qing said to Linya with a smile. Ling Long Shui didn't know how many girls Lin Xian had harmed, or was it just her? Linya tidied the hair on her forehead slightly and whispered, Xian isn't young anymore. Shli, it's nothing. Chapter 795. When Linya heard the news, she had an indescribable feeling in her heart. In her heart, Lin Xian didn't seem to have a girlfriend, and now that he wasn't, she felt that he had really grown up. But when she thought about it, it wasn't a big deal. After all, he was really outstanding. And she was Lin Xian's sister. What was she thinking? She should be happy. Continue, continue, continue. Lin Xian said unhappily. Murong Qing, right? See if this young master doesn't teach you a lesson. Lin Xian was a very vengeful person. Dragony fiddled with the needle again, and everyone's eyes were fixed on the needle again. The needle slowly slowed down, then stopped and finally stopped. In front of Murong Qing. Murong Qing. It can't be. Such a coincidence. Retribution. It's all retribution. Ha ha. Lin Xian laughed. What are you laughing at? It's not your turn to set the question. Murong Qing suddenly said, and Lin Xian's smile froze. Wow. It's not his turn to set the question. Anyway, when it's my turn, I'll just point at Lin Xian, the big bad guy. Ling Longyue was looking forward to this. Linya set the question for Murong Qing. I choose truth. Murong Qing glanced at Lin Xian smugly. You want to teach me a lesson? But you can't. Little fairy, you can't ask something that's not interesting at all. You have to ask the same question she asked me before. Lin Xian reminded Linya. He was afraid that Linya would ask questions like what brand of clothes she liked, what brand of cosmetics she liked. That would be too King boring. Linya thought carefully and then asked, Then, do you still have your first kiss? Linya's face turned red after she asked the question because Linya was a very serious person. Playing this kind of ambiguous game could not be said to be ambiguous. It was mainly because Murong Qing started it and then she was inexplicably dragged into it. Then we'll have to talk about what counts as a first kiss. Murong Qing said with a smile. It means you've never kissed a man before. Lin Xian said with a smile. No, it's still here. Old B asterisk tisit. Lin Xian mumbled. Murong Qing. F asterisk asterisk K your mother. I really want to F asterisk CK him. Big sister has never had a boyfriend before. Ling Longyue blinked and asked. She had been in the human world for quite some time, and she knew that most girls must have had boyfriends before, especially this big sister. She felt that she should be quite open, but she didn't expect that she had never had a boyfriend before. Yes, Murong Qing said helplessly. How could it be that not having a boyfriend was also discriminated? Just don't fall into my hands. Lin Xian said fiercely. He. Then you better pray that you don't fall into my hands again. Continue. After a few more rounds, it was Ling Long Shui, Bing Lingyue, and Lin Xian who fell into the trap, but they all chose truth. No way. If they only played truth, how could Lin Xian take advantage of them? They definitely couldn't play like this. What's wrong? They were playing to their heart's content, especially Ling Long Shui and the others, who had never played before. Everyone gathered here, listening to the New Year's Eve party and the sound of firecrackers outside, eating, drinking and playing games. It was really comfortable. They all chose truth. It's not interesting at all. If we don't play dare, then our game will be called truth, not truth or dare. Lin Xian said. They pondered for a moment and felt that it made sense. How about this? No matter who it is in the next round, it will be truth, and the next after that will be dare. You don't have to choose. How about it? B. They didn't expect Lin Xian's scheme and just nodded. Lin Xian's mouth curved slightly. It was his turn to set the next round. Xiao Long is about to start. Xiao Long just spun the roulette and listened to them talk. It was quite fun. The roulette slowly stopped and finally stopped in front of Ling Long Shui. Ling Long Shui. Tonight's luck seemed to be a bit bad. This is Xiao Ling Long. Lin Xian revealed a smirk. Set the question. Ling Long Shui appeared very calm, but in reality she wasn't that calm. This round is dare. Lin Xian reminded. Ling Long Shui nodded. The others looked at Lin Xian curiously, wondering what question he would set. Kiss me. Lin Xian pointed at his cheek and said. Ling Long Shui. Uffed. Murong Qing couldn't help but laugh. She should have guessed it. So this is Lin Xian, this stinking hooligan. Sure enough. Although in this society, when everyone was having fun together, it was fine for a girl to kiss a guy's cheek. Although she didn't want to, Murong Qing felt that Lin Xian had this kind of bad idea from the beginning. Ling Long Shui was really beautiful. As a woman, she felt that she could fall in love with this woman. She was really a perfect woman and she was strong. Her temperament couldn't be faked. To take advantage of this kind of goddess. He was really a hooligan. Linya was also helpless. She glanced at Ling Long Shui, then looked at Lin Xian and said, Little Xian, is it okay? Just a game. What's the big deal? It's just a kiss, not a kiss on the mouth. I don't think it's a big deal. Lin Xian then looked at Ling Long Shui and said with a smile, Xiao Ling Long, you can't afford to play, right? Ling Long Shui. She was provoked, but it was really useful. How could she, a void fox, not be able to afford it? If this was a man she hated, she might really not be able to afford it. But Lin Xian and she had been intimate so many times that a kiss on the cheek was really nothing. The only thing was, there were a few people around. She and Lin Xian had been intimate many times, but in front of outsiders, even Ling Long Yu and Bing Lingyue, she had never been intimate with Lin Xian. She always acted cold, so this was something she was shy about. It's nothing, Ling Long Shui said. Bing Lingyue felt that it was strange, but it didn't seem to be anything. After all, they were partners. Then come. Lin Xian then moved his face closer. Ling Long Shui bit her red lips slightly, then closed her eyes. Her long eyelashes trembled slightly, proving that her heart was not calm. Although they had been intimate many times, this was definitely the first time she took the initiative to kiss Lin Xian. More than her slightly cold red lips touched Lin Xian's cheek. After that, she blushed and hurriedly stepped back, tidying her hair in a fluster. Amazing! Murong Qing saw this scene and secretly gave Lin Xian a thumbs up in her heart. Chapter 796. This was really amazing. What was Ling Longshua's strength? She felt that she was at least at the virtuous stage. She had not seen many virtuous stage experts before, let alone a virtuous stage expert from the demonic clan. Not only did you have such a good relationship with a virtuous stage expert from the demonic clan, you even managed to trick her into kissing you. But this person was too shameless. Sure enough, there are no good men, Murong Qing said with a smile. Don't be so smug. You're next. Lin Xian said to Murong Qing with a smile. Murong Qing. Wow. She understood. She understood. This Lin Xian did not only want to take advantage of Ling Long Shui. He wanted to take advantage of all the girls here. Oh, what a terrifying man. Men are really big pig trotters. Bah. Linya was helpless, but Lin Xian was really amazing. There were so many beautiful and outstanding girls around him, and he even had a good relationship with them. It was really good. Continue. No matter how they played, Lin Xian would definitely not lose, because when boys and girls played such games, the boy would always be the one taking advantage. This time they actually played for 2 hours. They were really playing crazily. They drank a lot of wine, and Lin Xian got his wish of taking advantage of a few girls, and taking advantage of them in front of them. It was really satisfying. It's finally time this guy lost. Seeing that the pointer was pointing at Lin Xian, each of the girls was unusually happy. They had subconsciously reached an agreement to mess with Lin Xian together. So no matter who set the game, they would definitely mess with Lin Xian. Ling Longshui had already been taken advantage of twice by Lin Xian. The first time he made her kiss him. The second time she still fell into Lin Xian's hands. This time he actually spanked her. Everyone had drunk a little too much. Although there were very few things that couldn't be done, everyone had a habit of pouring a glass of wine as they played. When they poured a glass for themselves, they would fill it up for everyone else. The empty bottles on the side were one after another. Therefore she was a little drunk, and even Ling Longshui was a little high. When Lin Xian spanked her in public, although she was shy, she was definitely not as shy as when she was sober. This time, Lin Xian had fallen into Ling Longshui's hands. Ling Longshui drank a little too much. To be exact, everyone drank a little too much. Tonight was a rather unrestrained night. Lin Ya and Bing Lingyue's little faces were red. Punish him. Ling Long, you must think of a question that will make him feel uncomfortable, Murong Qing said with a smile. After saying that, she drank the red wine in her glass in one gulp. Ling Longshui nodded. After playing for 2 hours, it was finally time for her to punish Lin Xian. At the same time it was also a dare. To be honest, the probability of this was not high at all. Lin Xian did not care. What kind of punishment could he be worried about? He was a man after all. Ling Longshui was deep in thought. Do you want me to help you think of one? Well, Lin Xian hurriedly rejected. Among everyone here, only Murong Qing was a threat to him. This woman was the most devilish one. Lin Xian said, then this is breaking the rules of the game, right? All right. Murong Qing laughed. Ling Longshui thought for a while and said, then the content of your dare is singing loudly in the neighborhood. Lin Xian, wow. Xiao Linglong, aren't you too cruel? Lin Xian looked like he was heartbroken. Ling Longshui actually revealed a proud expression, but there was a hint of playfulness in this proud expression. It was definitely because she was a little dizzy from drinking and didn't use her spirit force to dissolve the alcohol. Who told you to take advantage of me in front of so many people? Ling Longshui thought to herself. Bing Lingyue smiled and drank the red wine in one gulp. She said, that's a good idea. But I think the sound should be mixed with spiritual power. Otherwise, the sound won't be loud and won't travel far. With so many firecrackers outside, not many people will hear it. Lin Xian, wow. Little Bing Bing, you. Heartbroken. He did not expect the gentle little Bing Bing to bully him. He should have taken advantage of her just now. In the previous round, Lin Xian gave Bing Lingyue a question, and the content of the question was for Bing Lingyue to kiss Ling Longshui. In the end, she did kiss Ling Longshui and won the applause of everyone. Ling Longshui laughed so hard that she could not stand straight. Then, she probably remembered it. If he had known, he would have let her kiss him. Bing Lingyue smiled and said, that's more fun. You guys are ruthless. Lin Xian put on his shoes and walked out. Let's go. Let's go take a look. Then, the beautiful girls leaned against the window and looked outside. Soon they saw Lin Xian walking to the small park in the middle of the neighborhood. Lin Xian took a deep breath and poured spiritual power into his voice. I was conquered by you just like that. Biffed everyone including Linya could not help but laugh. Ka ka ka. Because Lin Xian's voice was imbued with spiritual power, it was as if he had a loudspeaker. In an instant, the windows of several balconies in the surrounding buildings opened one after another. One by one, people poked their heads out to see what was going on. Then they saw a man singing in the snow. He seemed to be quite sad. Brother, come on. Today is the new year. There is no obstacle that cannot be overcome. Come on. Someone shouted at Lin Xian. Lin Xian's face turned red. After singing a few lines, he quickly ran home. Are you satisfied? Lin Xian rolled his eyes at them. These girls were all laughing happily. It was the kind of laughter that Lin Xian had never seen on their faces. Linya, Linglong Shui, Bing Lingyue. Today, they were all unrestrained and showed a side of themselves that they had never shown before. Lin Xian was actually laughing in his heart because they were all very happy. Really, this kind of day was hard to come by. Continue. You guys continue to show off. Let's see if you can still show off later. Lin Xian said unhappily. He couldn't end it now because he wasn't drunk yet. If he wasn't drunk, everything would be in vain. Big brother, we won't be discovered, right? At this moment, two people were hiding in the bushes in the neighborhood garden. That's right, they were from the Gong Sun family. Tonight, they were sent by Gong Sun how to bomb Lin Xian's house. Once the bomb exploded, the entire building would be annihilated in an instant. Everyone would die, but it didn't matter. Human lives were not important. However, Lin Xian actually came down just now and sang a very strange song. It was very strange and inexplicable. It shouldn't be. If they knew, why didn't they make a move? Let's go, let's do it. I still want to go home for the new year. Then, the two people quietly approached. Both of them were of the wind attribute, so they easily reached the 8th floor and climbed up the wall. One of them carefully opened the window, then rubbed a bead in his hand and threw it directly in. Let's go. Chapter 797. Although they were having a good time inside and were a little drunk, to the point that Lin Xian did not notice, Linglong Shui, who was in the heavenly Tao realm, easily noticed. Even without releasing her divine sense, she had already sensed the two people outside when they began to climb the wall. She could easily sense them when she gently opened the window from the outside, no matter how soft the sound was or how noisy it was outside. When the bead was thrown in, while it was still in midair, Linglong Shui's right hand moved slightly. The bead that was thrown in midair disappeared, and the two people outside who had just retreated also disappeared at the same time. Murong Qing, Bing Lingyue, and Linglong Shui sensed the slight release of power from Linglong Shui. What's wrong? Bing Lingyue asked. Nothing. Linglong Shui shook her head slightly. Boom. At this moment a huge explosion came from outside, probably giving many people a fright. What a loud firecracker. Who set it off? Linya was taken aback. Then she looked back. The sky outside was originally dark. Sometimes the nearby fireworks would light up for a moment, but at this moment it was too bright. Then they went to the window. In the sky outside a huge red light flashed. I don't know why there are such loud fireworks. They don't look good, but they seem to be very powerful. Don't look. This is a game. I haven't made a comeback yet. Lin Xian then pulled them back. That huge explosion was actually caused by the bead thrown by the two men. However, Linglong Shui teleported the bead into the void. At the same time, the two men who were running away were also teleported there. They had already been blown into nothingness. Lin Xian still did not know what had happened. He even thought that it was fireworks. If Linglong Shui was not here today, Lin Xian's carelessness might have put him in danger. Time passed by slowly. Everyone finished eating and drinking. In the blink of an eye, it was already past 12 o'clock. Lin Xian did not know how many years it had been. This was the first time he had finished watching the New Year's Gala, even though he had watched it while playing. Everyone was drunk. Dragony was already snoring on the coffee table, her face red. Ling Longyue was curled up in the corner of the sofa, fast asleep. The others were more or less drowsy. If they did not speak, they would have fallen asleep in a few seconds. Everyone, let's sleep. It's late. Lin Ya's eyes were unable to open. Linglong Shui and Bing Linglong, you were drowsy. Then we're going back. Linglong Shui said. You can sleep here. Let's go shopping tomorrow. Linya said impudently. Okay. They did not refuse. Ling Longshui swore that this was the first time she had gotten drunk in her life. However, this feeling was quite good. It was as if there were no worries. She just wanted to lie down on the soft bed and sleep. There are a total of 3 rooms. Little Fairy and beautiful Big Sister can sleep together. Alright, bring Dragony to your room. There's another room. Little Bing Bing and Xiao Linglong can sleep together. Everyone forgot about Ling Longyu, who was snoring on the sofa. Lin Xian used his spirit energy to dissolve his drunkenness. Then he laid down on the bed alone. After about half an hour, Lin Xian quietly walked out of the room and went to the other room. Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue were already deep asleep. Hee. Lin Xian rubbed his hands and revealed a sly smile. Then he wanted to pounce on them. But Lin Xian sat on the bed and thought for a while. In the end, he did not dare to touch Bing Lingyue. In fact, Lin Xian's original plan was to get them all drunk and take advantage of the opportunity to do something to Bing Lingyue. However, he no longer had the guts to do so. Forget it. This is too much. Forget it. Lin Xian shook his head. In the end, he simply carried Ling Longshui to his room. Hee, a drunk Ling Longshui, isn't that a yuppie? A strong person would definitely sober up much faster than a weak person. Ling Longshui woke up early the next morning after being tormented by Lin Xian for more than an hour when she was about to fall asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. First she was confused. Then Ling Longshui subconsciously slapped Lin Xian. Lin Xian was still dreaming when he opened his eyes in a daze. Big sister, why did you slap me? Lin Xian said bitterly. Ling Longshui. That's right, they were not just friends. She did not have a reason to slap him. Although she could not remember clearly, she could still remember that this bastard was bullying her last night. I said before, without my permission, you are not allowed to touch me. Ling Longshui said angrily. But last night you were the one who walked into my room and took advantage of me. Ding. Deceiving Big Sister, Prince Charming points plus 200,000. Ling Longshui. No way. Anyway, Ling Longshui was drunk. She did not even react when Lin Xian carried her in, so she definitely did not know. Then Lin Xian said aggrievedly, and then you hit me, Ling Longshui. She did not believe it, but she could not refute it. Lin Xian then sniffed pitifully. I'm sorry. Ling Longshui did not know what to say. I have such a hard life. I have a wife, but I can't touch her. If I touch her I get hit. Lin Xian sighed. Ling Longshui bit her lips slightly. I said I'm sorry. She said softly. But you have to compensate me. Lin Xian looked at her aggrievedly. What do you want? Lin Xian laughed in his heart. I want you to fulfill your promise. Ling Longshui. No. Her little face instantly turned red. It was simply too charming. Then forget it. Lin Xian sighed again and said, I'm getting up to make breakfast. You should rest. Then Lin Xian stood up. Wait. Ling Longshui was indeed very apologetic in her heart. She called out to Lin Xian. Wait for me to go home. She said this with a red face. It was her fault, and this was indeed what they should do after she lost the bet. Not now. No. Ling Longshui then lay down. All right. Then Lin Xian walked out happily. He knew that Ling Longshui must have felt that there was someone else at home. But it did not matter, they had already agreed. He had made a fortune. Awesome. Chapter 798. Lin Xian was sitting outside eating breakfast. Ling Longshui quickly came out and looked at Lin Xian in the kitchen from afar. She never thought that she would be like this one day. However, she didn't regret it because there was nothing to regret. Moreover, she was looking forward to the day her child was born. She had to admit that this definitely aroused her strong maternal love. Then she glanced over and saw Ling Longyu lying in the corner of the sofa, hugging a pillow and sleeping soundly. Ling Long Shui. She slept like this last night. It seemed that they were all drunk and misunderstood Lin Xian. Prince Charming points plus 500,000. Lin Xian, who was making breakfast, inexplicably added Prince Charming points again. Then he turned around and saw Ling Long Shui looking at him. Ling Long Shui saw Lin Xian looking over and quickly turned to the side, pretending not to see him. Lin Xian smiled. Xiao Ling Long, come and try it. Lin Xian greeted her. Ling Long Shui then walked over. Lin Xian then gave her some and she obediently ate it. How is it? Lin Xian asked with a smile. It's okay. Ling Long Shui nodded. Go and wash up. It'll be done soon. See if the others are up. We're going shopping today. Got it. Although everyone was drunk, they woke up one after another. They woke up quite early. After all, they didn't have the body of an ordinary person. Things like alcohol normally dissipated very quickly. Linya walked out yawning and saw them sitting around the sofa eating breakfast. Linya, Jie, come and eat breakfast. We're going shopping. Ling Long Yu said happily. Coming. Tell me, how are you going to find a hard-working man like me? Lin Xian sighed and said. Yes, big brother is the best. Dragony said happily. Alright. Don't be so narcissistic. Murong Qing said helplessly. Tell me, isn't it a kind of happiness that all of you can have breakfast together? So, which pretty lady did you fuck and caused you to lose your virginity? Murong Qing said with a smirk. Lin Xian. Alright. I can't chat with this woman. I can't chat with her when everyone is around. She's too evil. Little Xian, are you going to Tiandu tomorrow? Linya asked. Lin Xian nodded. Yeah. Why are you going to Tiandu? Ling Long Shui asked with great interest. Lin Xian said he's going to take me to eat something delicious. He said there's a lot of good food in Tiandu. Ling Longyue said innocently. Puchi Murong Qing laughed. You believe him? Lin Xian. Hey, what are you talking about? I'm just taking her to eat something delicious. Are you jealous? Fine. Murong Qing smiled and didn't say anything else. Humph, there must be a conspiracy. Ling Longyue was suddenly enlightened. She did eat all the good food in the past, but she had to put in the effort every time. This time would be the same. But even so, she was willing. Her favorability towards Lin Xian wasn't low. She also liked to play with Lin Xian alone, even if he was her brother-in-law now. Anyway, I'll take you to eat whatever you want. Don't worry, when have I not brought you out to eat good food? Ling Longyue pouted but didn't say anything. Dragony wants to go too. Dragony flew to Lin Xian's shoulder and sat down. You don't have to go this time. I don't want to. She shook her head. Lin Xian pinched her pink cheeks and said, You'll follow everyone for the next few days. The place I'm going to is filled with experts, so they'll definitely be able to detect your presence easily. So it's better if you don't go. Listen to me. If you don't, I won't like it. Okay, Dragony will listen to Big Brother. Big Brother has to come back early. Dragony said with a wronged expression. Don't worry. Lin Xian smiled. Although she's very clingy, she's becoming more and more obedient. She'll still insist on following Lin Xian, but she can tell if it's suitable or not. Like this time, Lin Xian said that she'll be discovered and it'll be troublesome. She felt that it's not good to follow him, so she gave up. That's the best way to behave. Why are we going to Tiandu for no reason? Linya asked puzzledly. That place isn't far from them, but what's so important that they need to go there? Yixian Group can't expand there for the time being. It's don't talk about it. Linging is back now. Her family found out that we pretended to be a couple at school and acted as a shield for her. Coincidentally, her family wanted her to find a boyfriend. So they invited me to her house to put on a show. Don't you think I'm tired? Lin Xian obviously can't say that they're really a couple. Ling Long Shui is still here. Is this really okay? Linya obviously believes Lin Xian unconditionally, but she feels that it's lying to her parents. Can't help it. How can I refuse a beauty's request? Also, the Ling family is a big family with countless delicious food. I'll take you there to eat. Lin Xian then said to Ling Longyue. No, I want to eat the good food that's bought. I don't want to eat at other people's houses. Ling Longyue said unhappily. Okay. When we get there, the first thing I'll do is to take you there to eat the local delicacies, okay? That's more like it. Ling Longyue said proudly. Then when are you coming back? Lin Ye asked. 2 or 3 days. Don't worry, I'll be fine. What can happen with a little expert following me? Lin Xian said with a smile. So I'm going to be your bodyguard. Ling Longyue rolled her eyes at Lin Xian. Hee, as a reward I'll take you to eat good food. Humph. Ling Longyue pouted. Actually, Ling Longshui also wanted to go, but since Lin Xian didn't directly call her, she didn't say anything. Let's go shopping. Lin Xian also wanted to accompany them to have fun today. Tonight they would leave for Sky Capital in the middle of the night. This was because only then could they arrive at noon the next day. Otherwise, it would be night time and they wouldn't be able to control the time. If they didn't have a good sense of time when going to meet other people's parents, then their impression of them would be very bad. Although it wasn't good for Lin Xian to bring a third wheel if he didn't, then he wouldn't be at ease. That was one of the 8 great families of Sky Capital. Who knows how they would torture him? Lin Xian didn't just go there to meet her parents. Instead, he went there to be tested by her family. They would definitely use all sorts of methods. After all, a daughter was the apple of a father's eye. As a father, he really couldn't bear to let his precious daughter be taken care of by others. Lin Xian understood. Chapter 799. They spent the rest of the day having fun. There were so many people on the streets on the first day of the Lunar New Year that you couldn't imagine. Lin Xian brought along a group of top-notch girls to go shopping. One could imagine how envious those people were when they looked at him. At night, Lin Xian changed into a clean set of clothes. Lin Ye looked at Lin Xian and said, You should change into something better. This is too ordinary. Xiao Ying's family is from a big family. It's not good for you to wear something too ordinary. It's fine. It doesn't matter if it's ordinary or not. People know that we're not poor, right? Lin Xian grinned. If it's possible, I think it's fine if you and Xiaoying really date. Lin Ye helped Lin Xian tidy up his collar. All right. Don't worry about this. Remember to bring the things that Xiao Linglong gave you with you to avoid danger. Murong Qing would be following Lin Ye around for the next few days, so Lin Xian wasn't worried. I know. Then I'll leave with Xiao Yu first. Be good, Xiao Dragony. Xiao Dragony wriggled out of Lin Ye's embrace and nodded her little head. Lin Xianran then left the house with Ling Longyue. He was empty-handed and felt very comfortable. Why didn't you and sister tell Lin Ye that you two are partners? Ling Longyue asked curiously as she followed Lin Xian. Why should I tell her? Bah! Ling Longyue couldn't help but spit. Lin Xian. F***ck. How am I a scum? Sister is already pregnant. Why didn't you tell her? If you told me, why would you still chase after other girls? If you want to survive in Jianghu, it's best if you're single. Lin Xian grinned. Just you wait. When I come back, I'll definitely tell sister. You already have sister and you're still thinking about other girls. Ling Longyue said angrily. That's not all. I'm not just thinking about other girls. I'm thinking about you too, Lin Xian said with a smile. Ling Longyue. She was stunned for a few seconds. Bastard. I'll tell my sister. Ling Longyue said angrily, but her face was a little red. That's right, this is another hint. Ling Longyue's mission deadline is almost up and she is my mission target again. It was really F***king difficult. Why don't you tell her? Maybe she'll agree, Lin Xian said with a smile. Just you wait. You actually have an older sister, yet you still have ideas about me. stinky man so disgusting. It's great to be sisters, isn't it? Lin Xian reached out and pinched her tender cheeks. Ling Longyue slapped Lin Xian's hand away. In any case, I'll definitely tell my sister. Just wait for your death. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. Ling Longshui and he already had a child together. Lin Xian didn't need to think too much about it. Furthermore, Ling Longshui was from the Devil Clan. The Devil Clan's thinking was very traditional. This tradition was similar to the ancient humans. As long as a man had the ability, he could have multiple wives and concubines. Although Lin Xian wasn't worthy of Ling Longshui, Lin Xian knew this himself. However, he would work hard. When the time comes, Ling Longshui wouldn't reject a man having multiple wives and concubines. Lin Xian sighed in his heart. It was really difficult. He was already destined to not be able to spend his life peacefully with one girl. He was destined to have many. This F***king. Although it was very blissful, it was also very tiring. Fine, I'll tell you. Do you think I'm afraid of you? Indeed, there are no good men. Ling Longyue said angrily. When the time comes after I've ruined your sister, I'll ruin you. Then I'll ruin little Bing Bing. Perfect. Lin Xian snapped his fingers. You still have ideas about Sister Bing. Ling Longyue's small mouth opened slightly. She pointed at Lin Xian angrily. To others, Lin Xian's words sounded like half of a joke and half of it might be true. Such words were the most useful. Yes, I've already hit her. How was it? Amazing, right? Lin Xian said with a smile. Amazing your head. When the time comes, I'll also tell Sister Bing. Just you wait. Humph. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. Do as you wish. Ling Longyue was very strange. Wasn't he worried at all? When the time comes, Sister Bing and Sister Bing will ignore you. Let's see if you can still be arrogant. Then what if I manage to get your Sister Bing? Lin Xian said with a smile. How is that possible? Ling Longyue snorted. But before this, didn't you also never think that I would win your sister's heart? That's because you bastard made Sister Bing Bing pregnant. If she didn't have a baby, Sister Bing wouldn't care about you. Stinking hooligan. Moreover, Sister Bing already knows about your relationship with Sister Bing. Why would she let you chase her? But to be honest, Ling Longyue's words were quite reasonable. Without this baby, it would be too difficult for Lin Xian to catch up with Ling Longshui. Even if Ling Longshui's favorability had reached 50, it would still be too difficult. She had too many things to consider. Moreover, with her personality, one would realize that even now, it would be very difficult for Lin Xian to take advantage of her. She would not be able to let go, let alone catch up with him. Therefore, this baby's assistance was very useful. It was said that men would panic when they found out that they were a father. Lin Xian was the same. However, he had lived 2 lives, so his mentality might be better. Moreover, it did help him a lot. If he was born, then so be it. Lin Xian liked the baby and could keep Ling Longshui. Otherwise, Lin Xian really didn't know what qualifications he had to keep Ling Longshui's heart. Then why don't we make a bet? Lin Xian said with a smile to Ling Longyue. Anyway, this girl was much more innocent than them. She was much easier to deceive. What are we betting on? Lin Xian realized that girls seemed to like this kind of thing. Let's bet on whether I can chase after your Sister Bing. Tisk. Ling Longyue made a tisk sound. You're not convinced. Lin Xian said with a smile. Then let's bet. If you can't chase after her, you'll have to be my slave. Lin Xian. Sure enough, she was still young. Okay, then if I can chase after her, you'll have to be my girlfriend. Then I'll have all 3 of you. Lin Xian said with a smile. Ling Longyue. What a bastard. However, he already had an elder sister. Sister Bing knew about it and she was also very outstanding. How was that possible? Just 1 month. Anyway, I'll give you 1 month. Me. 1 month, isn't that too little? Lin Xian's exaggerated expression made Ling Longyue feel that he didn't have confidence at all. He thought that he would definitely win. Humph. I don't care, just 1 month. Still want to chase after her. Humph. Bastard. Lin Xian gritted his teeth. Okay, 1 month it is, but you can't go back on your word. If I win, you'll have to be my girlfriend. Although you don't have a chest or a butt, you're still pretty. You'll be pretty when you grow up. Go to hell, bastard. Chapter 800. The two of them chatted for a long time. Along the way, they had developed a good relationship with Ling Longyue. When the sky turned dark, they boarded the Nebula Express. The Nebula Express was a lot faster than normal, but it was also difficult to book. Lin Xian still had to ask Murong Qing for help, and only after going through the back door did he manage to get 2 tickets. It's so crowded. Ling Longyue and Lin Xian sat in the double seat. She didn't like the noisy environment. Didn't you sit in this once before? Didn't you get used to it? Lin Xian asked. I just don't like it. There are so many people looking at me with lustful eyes. Ling Longyue said angrily. Although she looked young, she was indeed too beautiful and delicate, like a fairy. She might not attract the attention of others like Ling Longshui, but there would still be a lot of people who would take notice of her. Peeking at her was actually nothing. It was a reflection of her beauty. But Lin Xian's gaze swept across and saw a person on the side seat trembling slightly. He quickly pretended to play with his phone. No wonder Ling Longyue hated it. Peeping was fine, but taking photos was not. Lin Xian then stood up in front of these people and walked over. Hand it over, Lin Xian said coldly as he extended his hand towards that person. Take what? Who are you? The man pretended to be dumb, but his tone was a little loud. Maybe because he was guilty, if he spoke louder, he could cover it up a little. Lin Xian brought Ling Longyue out. Ling Longyue was his woman and she didn't like it. How could Lin Xian let her be wronged for nothing? Would you be angry if someone were to secretly take pictures of you while you were sitting there? Take what? Don't you know? I'm warning you, don't be arrogant. This is the Nebula Express. If you come here for no reason, I'll sue you. Shua! Lin Xian stretched out his hand and snatched the phone from the man's hand. The surrounding people saw this scene and some of them seemed to be able to guess what was going on. Lin Xian unlocked his phone. What made Lin Xian even angrier was this person AF * king pervert? After taking Ling Longyue's photo, it had already become his phone's wallpaper. Even Lin Xian didn't F * king do that. So how do you want to explain it? The man averted his gaze. What happened? Then he mustered up his courage and looked at Lin Xian saying, My hands belong to me. It's my business whether I want to pat them down or not. If you don't want to pat them down, then don't bring them out. What he said seemed to make sense. But in Lin Xian's ears, it was too laughable. Then Lin Xian raised his phone and said to the people around him, Everyone's eyes were on him. This person secretly took a picture of my girlfriend and then used my girlfriend's picture as the background of his phone. Tell me, how should I punish such a pervert? You! Give it to me! Quickly give it to me! Hearing Lin Xian's words, the man instantly panicked and felt ashamed. Beat him up. He must be beaten up. What's the difference between this pervert and that pervert in the car? That's right. If my girlfriend was F * king photographed and used as the background of his phone, I'll fight him to the death. Brother, I support you. Yes, I support you. The main thing was that this person's actions were too perverted. Naturally, many people were unhappy. On the other side, Ling Longyue's face was flushed red. What nonsense was this bastard talking about? Who was his girlfriend? He only knew how to take advantage of her. Lin Xian smirked and looked at that person. Bang! Then Lin Xian exerted a little force and that phone was crushed by Lin Xian. You're courting death. That man couldn't take it anymore. He had lost all his face. Then, flames burst out from his body and he threw a punch at Lin Xian. The surrounding people instantly screamed because it was extremely dangerous to use spiritual energy to fight in the Star Cloud car. If it wasn't handled properly, the car might be destroyed and the entire car might not be able to move forward. Everyone would be forced to stop in the beast territory and it would be very dangerous. However, that person disappeared from the spot along with the flames. Everyone widened their eyes. Wow! Why did he disappear? After a few seconds, he appeared in the car again, but his face was bruised and swollen, and his clothes were tattered. It looked like he had jumped out of a fast-moving vehicle and rolled on the ground. Those people didn't understand how all of this happened and they didn't think that it was because of the space attribute. Not far in front of them, a woman wearing a white coat and big sunglasses was reading a book. Her skin was really white, but the sunglasses were quite big and covered a lot of her face. However, one had to admit that she was very elegant and attracted a lot of attention. She got on the car from a station in another city and the destination was Tiandu. However, she wasn't necessarily going to Tiandu. She was also attracted by the scene just now. Especially when she saw such an unbelievable scene. Her mouth was slightly open. Lin Xian only released the space attribute to throw him out and then sent him back in. At this moment, a few members of the three major forces heard the commotion and quickly rushed over. What's going on? Who dares to fight in the Star Cloud car? Take him away. Uncle, he attacked me first. I was only defending passively. Everyone can testify for me. Lin Xian quickly said. There was nothing wrong with what he said. He did attack first and then Lin Xian released the space attribute to send him out. Lin. The uncle saw Lin Xian and recognized him at a glance. He seemed to know some of his identity. I got it. You guys take him away first. As for you. The uncle looked at Lin Xian and said, be honest. Thank you, uncle. Lin Xian then sat down with a grin on his face. Why did you help me? Ling Longyue swung her legs and then looked at Lin Xian and asked. Because you're my girlfriend. My girlfriend's picture can only be found on my phone, not to mention being set as a desktop. Lin Xian said with a smile. Ling Longyue. Get lost. Who's your girlfriend? You're so shameless. I'll tell my sister. Ling Longyue gritted her teeth and said angrily. However, there was a kind of shyness in her heart. Not now but in a month's time. Lin Xian said with a smile. Che, you mean you'll definitely be able to get Sister Bing? Ling Longyue said with a look of disdain. When the time comes, I'll imagine you three sisters falling into my arms. Ayaya, it'll be so comfortable. Pay! Damn pervert! Go to hell. Ling Longyue punched Lin Xian's chest. Cough cough. Damn! You little girl, be gentler. Humph, I'm going to sleep. Wake me up when we arrive. Chapter 801. The sky gradually brightened, and by noon, the nebula car had already entered a huge city. Wow! Ling Longyue looked out of the window, her eyes twinkling with countless little stars. She had stayed in Tianhua City for a long time, but when she saw the scale of this city, she was really surprised. She thought that the city before was already very good, with all kinds of tall buildings, very beautiful, but here, all you could see were skyscrapers. There were countless types of buildings that you had never seen before. They were especially exaggerated and magnificent. With just a glance, you could intuitively see the difference between the two cities, and it wasn't just a little bit. Lin Xian also looked out. This was Tiandu. He had never been to Tiandu before, but he had seen it on TV. But when he saw it with his own eyes, he was still incomparably shocked. The biggest and most prosperous city in the whole of China indeed lived up to its name. In a city like this, you might casually offend someone who you could not afford to offend. To put it simply, the highest house price in Lin and city was 15,000 yuan per square meter, but because it was a border city, it was constantly under the threat of demonic beasts, so it would not be too high. But in Tiandu, the trashiest house would start at 100,000 yuan per square meter, and the district they were in now could be considered the second most prosperous district. After all, the station could not be built in the center of the city, right? The house here could easily exceed 200,000 yuan. Lin Xian and Ling Longyue got off the car one after another. Really, it's so big and beautiful. Lin Xian, can we live here in the future? Ling Longyue's big eyes were filled with stars as she looked out of the station. It's not impossible, but it's definitely not possible in the short term. But if you want, you, your sister, and little Bing Bing can live here first. Lin Xian said. Forget it then. Ling Longyue shrunk her head. If it was really just the three of them living here, it would be very boring. She still hoped that Lin Xian would be here. Let's go, I'll bring you to eat something good first. After such a long ride you must be craving for food, right? Ling Longyue nodded excitedly. Then Lin Xian brought Ling Longyue to a 5-star hotel nearby. Lin Xian wasn't afraid of spending money. It didn't matter if he spent a little more, as long as this girl ate happily. As for Ling Ying, Lin Xian only told her that he had arrived after getting out of the car. To be honest, Lin Xian really missed them. Not long after, a white sports car stopped at the entrance of the hotel. Ling Ying hurriedly got out of the car and walked into the hotel. Then, he saw Lin Xian and Ling Longyue eating and drinking in the corner. Hey, why didn't you tell me you were coming? I'm here to pick you up. Ling Ying angrily sat down beside Lin Xian. Ling Ying's appearance instantly attracted the attention of the surrounding people. Almost everyone in Tiandu knew about her, including the 8 great families. Therefore Lin Xian was also noticed. No need, it's just nice now. You and I still need to eat good food. Speaking of which, why did you bring you? Ling Ying was puzzled. Then she quickly said, I don't mean anything else. Ling Longyue then wiped her mouth and said, he asked me to be his bodyguard. Ling Ying. As expected, this Lin Xian didn't play by the rules. Lin Xian then helplessly said to Ling Ying, didn't you say that your father has a bad temper? I'm afraid that he'll tear me apart. Ling Ying also helplessly laughed. Then you really have to be mentally prepared to be ravaged by my father. Will your mother help me? Lin Xian still liked Qin Lan's mother-in-law. Her personality was very similar to Ling Ying's. They were both carefree and playful. Anyway, if he met Qin Lan again, Lin Xian wouldn't be nervous. This mother-in-law was very interesting. No, although my mother likes you very much, my father is still the head of the family. Sigh. Lin Xian sighed. I wonder what Chushua's father is like. Han Chushua's mother, Zhao Yaji, was much more troublesome than Qin Lan. Her family was very strict. Otherwise, Han Chushua's personality wouldn't be like this. Lin Xian also used extreme methods to make Zhao Yaji accept him in a short period of time. But would these extreme methods really work in the future? Lin Xian didn't think so. Since Han Chushue wasn't pregnant, she definitely didn't want him to be with Han Chushue. Humph. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying was so angry that she pouted. This rich young lady was dressed especially beautifully in Tiandu City. She had to pay attention to her image. Indeed, compared to Lin and City, Tianhua City had changed a lot. When she wasn't in Tiandu City, she dressed very casually. What? You haven't even gone to my house and you're already thinking about Chushue? Ling Ying's vinegar jar was knocked over. No, I'm just doing my homework in advance. Lin Xian bitterly smiled. Ling Ying then said, Chushua's parents are very strict and very old-fashioned. You should be able to tell from Chushua's personality. Lin Xian nodded. So when you go to Chushua's house, don't bring you. That makes sense. Lin Xian nodded. Moreover, at that time, he and Zhao Yaji were at loggerheads. At that time, Ling Longyue was in charge of protecting him. She also made a move. If he brought Ling Longyue to the Han house, Zhao Yaji would be hostile the moment she saw him. What was the meaning of this? Did he bring bodyguards with him again? Ling Longyue didn't care as long as she was given good food. It was fine as long as she wasn't just here to be a bystander. Let's not talk about this first. What do you think I should give your parents? Lin Xian was troubled. It's up to you, Ling Ying said while playing with the spoon. Then do you know how your father will treat me? Lin Xian sighed. To be honest, he was really nervous to death. If it was just an act, then he wouldn't be nervous. However, this wasn't an act. He and Ling Ying were really boyfriend and girlfriend. In the future, they would really be his father-in-law and mother-in-law. Lin Xian didn't want to part on bad terms. Originally, going to meet the parents was already nerve-wracking. Moreover, he knew that the other party's family was very powerful. Moreover, his father wasn't very satisfied with him. I don't know either. Anyway, it won't be easy. I can only rely on you. In front of my father, I don't dare to say anything. Ling Ying said embarrassedly. Got it. Lin Xian nodded. At this moment, two people walked down from the upper floor of the hotel while chatting with each other. Little Ying, why are you here? A voice suddenly came from behind. Chapter 802. Two handsome men wearing expensive suits walked over from behind with a smile. Seeing them, Ling Ying helplessly sighed, then smiled and said, Oh, I'm here to bring my boyfriend to meet my parents. Hearing Ling Ying's words, the man's brows furrowed, but they instantly relaxed as he looked at Lin Xian. Ling Ying quickly walked over to Lin Xian, then helped him up and said, Lin Xian, this is my cousin Xiao Yun, and the other is the eldest son of the Tian family, Tian Chu He. Lin Xian smiled and shook hands with them. Nice to meet you, I'm little Ying Ying's boyfriend, Lin Xian. Nice to meet you. Xiao Yun smiled and shook hands with Lin Xian, then looked at Ling Ying and said, Little Ling Ying, I'll go back first. Uncle Ling wants me to go over, you should go back early too. Got it. Then the two of them walked away. Little Ling Ying, who is that? Lin Xian asked. That Tian Chu, he is the eldest son of the Tian family, which is one of the 8 great families of Tiandu. As for Xiao Yun, he is the eldest son of the Xiao family. The two of them have a good relationship, but Xiao Yun is my pursuer. Lin Xian. F***ck. You just called him cousin just now. Are you a promiscuous woman? Ling Ying. F***ck off. Ling Ying couldn't help but curse, then kicked Lin Xian under the table. He. Lin Xian bitterly smiled. Ling Longyue quietly ate the delicious food, as if everything had nothing to do with her. Ling Ying then said, I called him cousin because they do have some relationship, mainly because I'm used to calling him that since we were young. Actually, I shouldn't call him that. Anyway, it's not the kind of relationship you think it is. After saying that, she couldn't help but roll her eyes at Lin Xian. So they've been childhood sweethearts since they were young. And he's so handsome. Why aren't you moved at all? Lin Xian felt that it was quite magical. Feelings are really hard to describe. Ever since I was young, I've always treated him as my most respected brother. I didn't expect him to want to rape you. Ling Ying, scram. Bastard. He's becoming more and more perverted. Ling Ying really wanted to go over and fight with Lin Xian. However, she had to maintain her image as the daughter of the Ling family in Tiandu. Otherwise, her parents would lose face. Just kidding. Lin Xian chuckled. However, Ling Ying frowned as she watched the two people get into the car and drive away. She then said to Lin Xian, He just said that my dad is looking for him, and you're going to my house in the afternoon. He's also my suitor. Lin Xian raised his eyebrows. Could it be? Ling Ying nodded. I think so. What is your dad trying to do? Could it be that he's not the only one? Ling Ying said helplessly. From what I know, my dad likes him the most. He's always treated him as his son-in-law. However, he's indeed very outstanding. He reached the domain realm at the age of 23. Although you'll be able to do the same in a year's time, the most important thing is he's also of the spatial and wind attributes. Furthermore, he seems to have comprehended very powerful laws and domains. He's one of the top geniuses in Tiandu. Lin Xian. Wah! Little Ying, are you purposely attacking me? Humph, if I don't let you feel the danger, you won't know how popular I am. Ling Ying said proudly. It's useless to combine the spatial and wind attributes. He's not as powerful as you think. He's a far cry from Lin Xian. Ling Longyue, who was eating, suddenly muttered. Family. Ling Longyue had mysteriously become a family member. Ling Ying obviously didn't have any intention of mocking Lin Xian. She just said this to prepare him, because she felt that her father must have called Lin Xian over to give him a show of strength. But why isn't the combination of the spatial and wind attributes useful? Because Ling Ying wasn't of the spatial attribute, she didn't know much about it. She just felt that the spatial attribute combined with the wind attribute would be very powerful. Ling Longyue then said, Lin Xian's space and lightning can use space to transmit the power of lightning. This allows him to attack in a way that normal lightning cannot. This is the simplest combination. Ling Ying nodded. She knew this. When her mother met Lin Xian, she also said this. Then Ling Longyue said, the greater use of the wind attribute is to increase one's speed. It's powerful, but it's a far cry from the spatial attribute. Ling Ying nodded slightly. She knew that Ling Longyue was a powerful expert. Of course she would choose to believe her. Then Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian and said, Anyway, my father sent him over to give you a show of strength. What do you plan to do? I'll deal with it as it comes. What else can I do? But I'm worried that he's not the only one. What if he's not the only one? That's possible. Lin Xian. Anyway, she had a lot of suitors. Since they dared to pursue her, they must be very outstanding. Lin Xian already had a rough idea of what he was going to face. I think all these can be solved. But do you know what I'm most worried about? Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying. What? Your Ling family and the Han family are so close. If I go to your house to meet your parents today, what if your father really invited some other young talents? What if they are from the Han family? Or rather, they will cause your family and the Han family to know that I'm the only one. It's very dangerous. Lin Xian was helpless. As the second strongest of the 8 great families, how many people were paying attention to this matter? Lin Xian went to Ling Ying's house today and to Han Chushua's house tomorrow. And he was the only one meeting the parents. Do you think this matter can be hidden in a place like Tiandu? Lin Xian felt that it was impossible. Unless it was too much of a coincidence. But that might not be the case. After all, not many people knew about the 8 great families. Everyone only knew that today it was Ling Ying's boyfriend who went to the Ling family, and tomorrow it was Han Chushua's boyfriend who went to the Han family. To normal people or paparazzi, as long as Lin Xian was not too flamboyant, it was really difficult to know that they were the same person. It was rare for it to be someone from the 2 families or some other famous guest. The chances were quite high. Then who can you blame? Didn't you bring this upon yourself? If you could control your lower body, why would you be so worried? Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying was angry. Hee. Lin Xian embarrassedly hugged her slender waist and placed her on his lap. Don't be angry. It's all my fault. Don't worry, I can settle it. Ling Longyue's mouth was wide open. Bastard. Other than her sister, this bastard actually did it with other girls. Chapter 803. Actually, this wasn't really a secret. Actually, with Ling Longshue's intelligence, she would definitely be able to guess the relationship between Lin Xian and them. Lin Xian also knew it in his heart, but he didn't say it out loud. This was also why Lin Xian dared to show his intimacy with Ling Ying in front of Ling Longyue. One day he would have to face this problem with them. Rather than being caught off guard, he might as well prepare for it now. Although Ling Longyue was angry, she still gave Lin Xian face and didn't say anything or make a fuss here. This scene also caused the crowd to be completely shocked. Oh my god. That's the daughter of the Ling family, right? She's actually being hugged by a guy. The daughter of the Ling family actually has a boyfriend. This is too shocking. And that guy doesn't seem to be from any of the 8 great families of Tiandu. I'm afraid there's going to be a good show to watch. Ling Ying has so many suitors, and there's no lack of elites from the 8 great families. Now that she has another boyfriend, I'm afraid he's here to meet her parents. From what I know, there are other people who went to the Ling family today, including the eldest young master of the Xiao family. I really want to go to the Ling family to see what's going to happen. But I feel that if it's a guy that Ling Ying likes, he must be very outstanding. With this scene, who knows what would happen in Tiandu in the afternoon? Enough. Ling Ying's face was a little red. This was really the first time she was so intimate with Lin Xian in front of the public. Previously they were at most holding hands, but she felt that it was pretty good. Why couldn't she be intimate with her boyfriend? Moreover, she came to Tiandu to bring him to meet her parents. Ling Ying said and got down from Lin Xian's lap. She tidied her clothes slightly and said, "Then come home with me now. I haven't bought anything yet." Lin Xian said awkwardly, "Just buy some wine." "Doesn't matter, who cares about that?" Ling Ying mumbled. "That won't do. You're a man, why are you worrying about this? Do you think I lack good things at home?" Ling Ying rolled his eyes. "Lin Xian, that's true. If my father wanted to make things difficult for you, it would be useless even if you gave him the stars and the moon." Lin Xian nodded. "Alright, let's buy some wine then." "I've already bought it. It's in the car. You can just say that you bought it yourself." Lin Xian, "Wow. You're so sweet. Kiss me." Lin Xian said with a grin. Ling Ying rolled his eyes and quickly pushed Lin Xian away. Ling Longyue was extremely unhappy, but she had to endure it. "Let's go, you. Come to my house and I'll bring you to eat a lot of delicious food." Ling Ying smiled at Ling Longyue. "Got it." Ling Longyue wiped her mouth and walked over. She wouldn't blame Ling Ying. She felt that it was Lin Xian's fault. However, even though she said that she would tell Ling Longshui and the rest, Ling Longyue was in a dilemma. Should she tell them? On one hand it was her sister. On the other hand it was Lin Xian, that big bad guy. No, she had to tell her sister because that big bad guy did something that let her down. Ling Longyue thought to herself. The main thing was that she was really angry. Her sister was so beautiful, so noble, so outstanding. This Lin Xian had her, and yet he was still flirting with other girls. He even dared to do it in front of her. What a bad guy. However, Ling Longyue really wouldn't blame Ling Ying. Who knows, maybe she was also cheated by this big bad guy. "Let's go," Ling Ying said to Lin Xian, and then drove the car into the bustling Tiandu. "Oh right, my father's temper is quite explosive. I know that sometimes your temper isn't very good, but I still hope that you can control it a little," Ling Ying said embarrassedly. "I know," Lin Xian nodded. Lin Xian was very nervous. He was so nervous that he was about to explode. What made Lin Xian feel strange was that in such a big and bustling city, there weren't as many cars as he imagined. "There don't seem to be many cars in Tiandu." "There are," Ling Ying said. "It's because there are too many cars in Tiandu. Whether it's rush hour or rush hour, they can jam you to death. Especially during rush hour. In the past, there were some people who drove to work for a few hours. Later on there was a time limit. Every car must be equipped with a device. Here it is." Ling Ying pointed at a small display next to the display. "The device will record the driving time. Every car can only drive for a maximum of 4 hours in Tiandu every day. Otherwise they will be fined a lot. Because of this, the situation has been improved." "Damn!" Lin Xian exclaimed. *CK. How prosperous must a city be to issue such a time limit? But taxis don't have a time limit. Phew! Forget it, let's not talk about it anymore. I have to tidy up my nervous heart and prepare for your family's whipping." Lin Xian said helplessly. "So you came wearing this?" Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian while driving and rolled his eyes. "What's wrong? I'm not used to wearing suits." Lin Xian looked at his casual clothes. "I know, I'm just worried that my father will scold you." "Forget it, I don't care. You deal with it yourself. Sigh. Ling Longyue sat in the back seat and quietly listened to their conversation. About half an hour later, the car stopped in front of a manor. Or here. Lin Xian. The F***CK? Building a manor in the city center. Lin Xian was also dumbfounded. The 8 great families have this privilege, but that was a long time ago. They can't tear it down, right? Lin Xian nodded. Young Mississippi, the bodyguards bowed and then opened the door of the manor. Hey, may I ask how many people are here? Ling Ying poked his head out of the car window and asked. Young Miss is referring to. Why are they so stupid? It's those young men who came to pay their New Year's greetings. That's quite a lot, no less than 10. They haven't left yet. Some of them have been here for a few hours. Okay, got it. Ling Ying then drove the car in. Seems like my father is determined to deal with you. Be careful. Ling Ying reminded Lin Xian helplessly. Well, really? Big uft? Ling Ying laughed out loud. Don't worry, no matter what the result is, I won't run away with another man. I'm just worried that my family won't let me leave Tiandu. I'm not worried about anything else. Then I'll take you back. You said it. Lin Xian nodded. He said it. No matter what, he must get his woman. Even if there were layers of obstacles, it didn't matter. Chapter 804. New Year's greetings were usually done in the morning. It was now the afternoon, and this group of people just happened to come at this time. Obviously, it was arranged by her father to target Lin Xian. They also knew about Lin Xian's Yixuan group. To be honest, they really admired him in this aspect. However, they did not know much about the Yixuan group. They thought that the Yixuan group could only prosper by relying on novel genetic agents. If there was nothing else in the future, the Yixuan group's development would be like a flash in the pan. Although it could make a lot of money, did they care about money? Did they lack money? Course not. Therefore, even if Lin Xian did such a thing, it was actually nothing in the eyes of the 8 big families. However, if they knew that the Yixuan group had other things, it would probably change their thinking. They did not even know about the bubble gun. If they knew, Ling Ying's father's view of Lin Xian would be much better. After all, they were all top families. Their concept was that there was not much of a problem with matching social status. To be honest, those people in Tiandu were really outstanding. It was easier for them to have a good impression of each other after interacting with each other for a long time. The car stopped in a parking lot in the manor. Seems that there are really a lot of people here. I don't know what father wants to do. Ling Ying got out of the car and looked at the cars parked in the parking lot and said helplessly, Aren't these your cars? Lin Xian saw that there were dozens of F***king cars parked here. What were they doing? No, my cars are all in the garage. This is a small parking lot that some guests drove in or temporarily parked in my house. Lin Xian. Are there F***king 40 or 50 people here? Lin Xian's mouth twitched. Maybe. Let's go. Wait. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. What's wrong? I want to see your mother first, is that okay? Have a good chat with her. I think I can relax a little. Uft. Ling Ying laughed. Lin Xian, oh Lin Xian. Even you have such a day. Why have I never seen you so cowardly before? Ling Ying said with a grin. It's because I like her that I care. That's why I'm scared. Lin Xian's words made her blush. Then she held onto Lin Xian's arm. Lin Xian's other hand was carrying the drinks that Ling Ying had bought for him. You're getting better at talking. Ling Ying leaned his little head against Lin Xian's shoulder and said with a smile. This is the first time you've taken the initiative to stick to me like this. Lin Xian laughed. As what else could it be? I have to make my parents feel like we're in love. We've always loved each other. Ling Longyue. Was she a third wheel? Wait a minute, what was she doing here? Lin Xian suddenly thought of Ling Longyue and said, Little you, follow us. Don't talk nonsense. Got it. Ling Longyue replied unhappily. It's fine if you want to follow them, but you have to see their sweet faces. Sob sob sob, I'm so angry. I have to eat more later to turn my anger into appetite. Mississippi, miss. They walked towards a huge villa. Along the way they met many people. When they saw Ling Ying, they all greeted her. However, one could see the shock in their eyes. Servants. That's right. Actually, it's just paying them. They come over to help with the cleaning and tidying up, Ling Ying said. As they chatted, they arrived at the entrance of the villa. Wait a moment. I'll go in and see if they're inside or outside the villa. I'll help you talk to them first. Ling Ying whispered to Lin Xian and walked in quietly. Hey! At this moment, Ling Longyue pointed at Lin Xian with one hand on her waist. What's wrong? Lin Xian scratched his head and looked at her. Why do you have a relationship with another girl when you already have my sister? Lin Xian, this is what a man is like. Ling Longyue. Wow! How can he say that so confidently? Aren't you afraid that I'll tell my sister? Come back. If I'm afraid, why would I bring you here? If I'm afraid, why would I do it in front of you? Ling Longyue. Wow! So angry. Wait a moment. I'll tell my sister now. Lin Xian shrugged his shoulders. Just tell her. He was a little nervous. However, he would have to face it one day. When the time comes, he would not be able to say it. He could not possibly let Ling Longshui catch him, right? At that time it would be even more awkward. Hence, using Ling Longyue to tell Ling Longshui was the best situation. The main thing was that Lin Xian had a certain level of confidence. Ling Longshui was a demon and would not reject a man having multiple wives. More importantly, she had a child. This was Lin Xian's secret weapon. I'll really tell her. Ling Longyue took out her phone and opened Ling Longshui's friend list. She quickly typed a few words and showed it to Lin Xian. Look, I'm going to send it. Send it. Lin Xian said. I'm really going to send it. Send it. Ling Longyue. Ah, this is so infuriating. Then, she sent it to Ling Longshui in front of Lin Xian. You're finished. Ling Longyue grumbled. It's okay. You'll know one day. One day, your sister Bing and you will be my woman. So what's the big deal? Ling Longyue. Pfft. Bastard. She could not help but spit. Then, her phone rang and she looked at the message. Okay, I know. This was a message from Ling Longshui. Look. Go back and wait for your death. Ling Longyue waved her phone in front of Lin Xian. We'll talk about it when we get back. At this moment Ling Ying ran out. Lin Xian, only my mother and a few servants are preparing for the banquet. My father and the rest are near the garden and the pool. Then I'll go in and see Auntie. Lin Xian walked in. Young master. The moment Lin Xian entered, a few girls bowed to Lin Xian and greeted him. Lin Xian. Get up, Ling Ying. Ha 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 ha. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Ling Ying held his stomach and laughed without caring about his image. Get up. *CK. Why did this Lin Xian suddenly become so silly? Wasn't he usually quite smart? You little brat, what are you talking about? Qin Lan walked out with a smile. My dear mommy. Ling Ying ran over and hugged Qin Lan. Go away. How old are you and you're still acting like a spoiled child? Xiao Xian, come and sit for a while. Qin Lan rolled her eyes at Ling Ying and smiled at Lin Xian. Thank you, Auntie. Qin Lan was quite satisfied with Lin Xian. Or rather, she was more like a child. Just like Ling Ying, she did not care too much about these things. Her daughter finally fell in love with a boy and he was quite outstanding. She felt that it was enough. Chapter 805. However, it was a pity that she wasn't the head of the family. At most, she could give some opinions, but the one who made the decision was still Ling Ying's father. Auntie, this is something I brought. Qin Lan smiled. Okay, have some tea. Then she looked at Ling Longyue. Han Chushue's mother had seen Ling Longyue before, but she hadn't. This is Oh, this is my sister. She's here to have a meal. Lin Xian smiled. Qin Lan sat on the sofa in front of him and smiled. You little brat, don't say that in front of Ling Ying's father. Aren't I close to you? Lin Xian smiled. Although I think you're not bad, the head of the family is still Ling Ying's father. So you have to work hard. Lin Xian nodded. Auntie, don't worry. Tonight, I'll only sleep in Ling Ying's room. Ling Ying, ha ha ha. Qin Lan couldn't help but laugh. It was obvious that she really liked Lin Xian. She felt that in terms of individual ability, those geniuses in Tiandu were still a distance away from him. They were born to stand at the peak, but Lin Xian climbed step by step to get to where he was. This was one of the things that she was satisfied with. Moreover, her daughter liked him. They had already slept together, so it wasn't a big deal. Then you have to get his father's approval. Qin Lan smiled. So, Auntie, can you give me some hints? For example, Uncle's impression of me or Uncle's plans. Lin Xian smiled embarrassedly. Okay. Qin Lan lowered her head and sighed. Then she shook her head. No. Lin Xian. Lin Xian had originally thought that she would still be able to give him some information, but none of it made him give up. That guy is very tight-lipped. I've asked him many times, but he wouldn't even tell me. If I knew, wouldn't Xiaoying have already told you? But now, there are more than 10 of little Ying's admirers over there. Obviously, he wants to show you who's boss. Among them, there's even his favorite son-in-law candidate. As for what he wants to do, I really don't know. But his impression of you. Lin Xian looked at her expectantly. Not bad. Lin Xian. Auntie, you're making me want to run away. Lin Xian scratched his head. I'm not lying to you. Although you're indeed quite outstanding and I can see that. He already has a son-in-law candidate that he likes. That's not a big deal. Most importantly, they say that a daughter is a father's most intimate little jacket. He has been spoiling Xiaoying since she was young. Suddenly, he heard that his precious daughter was ruined by a man outside. Don't you think he's angry? Lin Xian. That's true. If you're just dating, then I think he'll be less prejudiced against you. But you and Xiaoying have already slept together without us knowing. He'll definitely be very angry and have a bad impression of you. It's all your fault. Lin Xian then said to Ling Ying. Why are you blaming me? Ling Ying pouted. Why don't you tell Uncle and Auntie earlier? I'm afraid that you'll be beaten to death in advance. Ling Ying rolled his eyes. Qin Lan looked at them with a smile. She knew that the two of them were joking and bickering. In her eyes, this was quite good. It proved that their relationship was very good. It's also my fault, Lin Xian said with a sigh. What's there to blame? Qin Lan asked with a smile. It's because I'm too charming. Auntie, you're such an outstanding daughter and I got her so quickly. Ha ha ha, don't say that in front of his father. Auntie doesn't care. Hee hee, I just feel that Auntie is very nice. That's why I like to joke with Auntie. Qin Lan nodded. Course she could tell. Alright, Xiaoying, bring Xiao Xian to see your father. He probably already knows that Xiao Xian is here. If we delay for too long, I'm afraid he'll be even more unhappy. Auntie will prepare dinner for you. Got it, Mom. Ling Ying then pulled Lin Xian up. Let's go. Lin Xian nodded and then looked at Ling Longyue. Let's go. Got it. Then the three of them walked out. It's really not easy for young people nowadays. Qin Lan sighed and said with a smile. I think he's very lucky to meet such a good person like Madam. A pretty girl who was helping out in the kitchen said. That's true. Qin Lan smiled and then said, let's sit first. I have to go check on the situation. Hey, what did I come here for? Ling Longyue felt very bored. I'm here to bring you to eat good food. When I'm done there will be good food. But I'm so bored. Ling Longyue pouted her little mouth. I don't have time either. Otherwise I would have played with you. Ling Ying said. Then can we fight later? Ling Longyue asked. Lin Xian. You want to fight? Yes, I don't like it. Great aunt, behave yourself. Just watch the show. There will be good food later. Alright, we can go out and play tonight. Let me tell you, there's a grand annual lantern festival tonight. The whole city will be especially beautiful and there will be celebrities acting. Then, there will be all kinds of activities like guessing riddles, releasing lanterns, poetry and so on. It's very fun. Ling Ying suddenly suggested. Guessing riddles. Ling Longyue blinked her big eyes. There will be riddles for us to guess. If we guess correctly, we will get a reward. Ling Longyue's big eyes sparkled. Seemed very interesting. She wanted to try it since she had never done it before. That's good. We must go. Lin Xian laughed. Even if I'm crippled in the Ling family today, I will bring you there tonight. Shoo shoo shoo, what are you talking about? Ling Ying rolled his eyes. They chatted and turned a corner. Then Lin Xian was a little scared. In front of him was a huge open-air swimming pool. Not far from the open-air swimming pool was a very beautiful garden. It was very big. In the garden, there were many white chairs, tables, and pavilions. At the moment, there were about 30 to 40 people sitting there, eating snacks, drinking wine, and chatting. Most of them were young men. There were a few middle-aged men. They should be the big shots of other families who came to visit and chat. After all, this was the Ling family, one of the 8 great families. There were many families who wanted to climb up to them. And in a place like Tiandu, there were countless first-rate families below the 8 great families. What level were these first-rate families? Lin and City's Gongsun family and the Liao family could not be compared to the first-rate families in Tiandu. But, aren't there too many people here? Chapter 806. Your father is too cruel. Lin Xian said to Ling Ying, who was next to him. Ling Ying was also helpless. Let's go. The crowd also saw Lin Xian, Ling Ying, and the others. When they approached, a few people walked over with smiles on their faces. Little Ling, I've been here since morning and didn't see you. Where did you go? A man smiled and asked Ling Ying. Nothing, I just went shopping with my boyfriend. Ling Ying held Lin Xian's arm and said with a smile. These were all her F***king suitors. Ling Ying had to help Lin Xian establish the dignity of this identity. Hearing Ling Ying's words, he, as well as the few people around him, suddenly frowned. They didn't know that Ling Ying had a boyfriend. Also, who was this person who wasn't as handsome as they were? They all looked at Lin Xian. Little Ling. A middle-aged man sitting at the front took a sip of tea and said, Daddy. Ling Ying immediately called out sweetly and winked at him. Then, she held Lin Xian's arm and walked over. Daddy, this is my boyfriend, Lin Xian. Ling Ying sat on his lap and wrapped her arms around his neck as she said sweetly, Ling Hai didn't say much. He didn't even turn around to look at Lin Xian. Then he said, Since you're here, have a seat. Lin Xian. F***CKU. He didn't even have the chance to greet her after hearing her words. The others frowned and looked at each other. Ling Ying's boyfriend. How could it be? Ling Ying's father asked them to come so that Ling Ying could choose one of them to be his son-in-law. But what was going on? How did she have a boyfriend? Many people were dumbfounded, but they were also very unhappy. Xiao Yun sneered. He was probably the one who understood this the most. The reason why Ling Ying's father said this was because his attitude towards Lin Xian wasn't very good. He knew that Ling Hai didn't like this Lin Xian, so his chances were very high. Lin Xian smiled and didn't say anything. Then he sat down at the side. Ling Longyue blinked her big eyes and pouted. Hey, get up. Ling Longyue then said to a person who was sitting down. That person was stunned for a moment. Little girl, what's the matter? The man stood up. Ling Longyue then sat on his seat and said, It's fine now. That person. Since you're all here, let's get straight to the point. Ling Hai said, and everyone started to gather around. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. Ling Ying's father seemed to hold a grudge against Lin Xian. He didn't say a single word to Lin Xian. He didn't even look at Lin Xian when Lin Xian arrived. It was only when Ling Ying's father glanced at Lin Xian that he glanced at Lin Xian. Ling Hai then looked at everyone and said, "My daughter is almost at the age of finding a boyfriend. You guys are all geniuses of Tiandu, and can be considered to be compatible with my Ling family. So today I called all of you here for one thing, and that is to help my daughter find a boyfriend among you." Dad. Ling Ying also understood why Ling Hai called so many people over. Even if you wanted to target Lin Xian, couldn't you call a few less people? There were 20 to 30 people here. Hearing Ling Hai's words, they were all pleasantly surprised. In other words, every one of them was fair. In other words, this so-called boyfriend of Ling Ying's was actually not recognized by him. Ling Ying pouted, then shook Ling Hai's arm and said coquettishly, "Dad, I have a boyfriend. Lin Xian is your daughter's boyfriend." "Did I agree?" Ling Hai glared at Ling Ying. Ling Ying was obviously afraid of this father of his. Then he looked at Lin Xian, then at Ling Longyue. "Who is she?" "My sister." "Humph. You're the first person I've seen in my family. Bringing your own sister for this is ridiculous." Ling Hai snorted. Lin Xian shrugged and said with a smile, "I didn't want to at first, but I just wanted to bring my sister to see the world. This is my first time in such a big place like Tiandu." Everyone looked at each other. "He's actually not from Tiandu." He's not from Tiandu and he dares to compete for Ling Ying. What right does he have? Had Ling Ying's eyesight already reached this level? Lin Xian was also helpless. He deeply felt that Ling Hai was targeting him, but he had no choice. He really couldn't be stubborn. Ling Ying winked at Lin Xian, hinting him not to be stubborn with his father. His father had a bad temper. Ling Hai didn't say much. Then he stood up, giving off an oppressive aura. "You're all very outstanding, so today, I'll give you a fair chance to compete." He then slowly walked to the empty space in front of him and said, "Today, you'll have a martial arts competition. Whoever wins, I, Ling Hai, will temporarily recognize that person as my son-in-law. As for you..." Ling Hai looked at Lin Xian and said, "It doesn't matter if you were Little Ying's boyfriend before, you're not anymore." Ling Ying stomped his feet and shouted at Ling Hai. Isn't this deliberately making things difficult for Lin Xian? He knew it would make things difficult, but he clearly wanted Xiao Yun to be his son-in-law on purpose. Among these 20 to 30 people, Xiao Yun had reached the domain realm. Although he wasn't the only one, he was the only one who had comprehended a domain. If it was a martial arts competition, he would definitely win. Lin Xian was only a 5-star lower realm. He was optimistic about Xiao Yun and wanted him to win on purpose. The corner of Xiao Yun's mouth curled up slightly. That's right, Ling Hai indeed liked Xiao Yun the most. Since they were young, he already felt that Xiao Yun was his son-in-law. He was just short of arranging a marriage for them when they were young. To be honest, he still regretted not arranging a marriage for them. "Dad, aren't you doing this on purpose? The difference in strength is so obvious." "So what if I like strength? We're of the same age." "If you're not strong enough, what qualifications do you have to be worthy of my daughter? If the difference in strength between people of the same age is obvious, then it's your own problem. You didn't work hard enough. If you worked harder, you wouldn't have to worry about this, right?" Ling Hai asked as he looked at his daughter. "Humph." Ling Ying walked to the side angrily. Ling Hai's words caused some people to be happy and some to be worried. Those who were happy were those who were stronger, and those who were worried were those who weren't strong. The weakest among them was at the low realm, but there were still a few who were at the domain realm. "What do you guys think?" Ling Hai asked. Even if they had opinions, they wouldn't dare to say it. "Whatever Uncle Ling says, we won't have any opinions." Xiao Yun bowed slightly and said, "Yes, we have no opinions." Tian Chu he also smiled and said, "What about you?" Ling Hai looked at Lin Xian. You're tuning in to the Whispers of Romance YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.